but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves. DJ, gonna turn this house around somehow.
I thought of something funnier than 24, 25.
Yeah, all the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best memories.
We don't sleep when the sun goes down. We don't waste no precious time. All my friends in the loop, making up for teenage crime.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't sleep when the sun goes down. We don't waste no precious time.
I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you this. I can tell it this. Not trying to be romantic. I hit it from the back, just so you don't get attached. I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you this. I can tell it this. Not trying to be romantic. I hit it from the back, just so you don't get attached.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you, I swear it's true.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky.
So what you do to me? So what you do to me? So what you do to me? What you do to me? What you do to me?
St. Texas, ain't no holding. Lay our cards down. Knock your Lexus, throw your keys up. Go round.
Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Ted Dale's got a history. There's a party downtown near 50. I think I'll take my whiskey and leave. My coffee black and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I take my whiskey and leave. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. You're too sweet for me. Everybody at the bar gets good.
She's a bad thing, fine as hell, thick as full. Oh my God, that's my baby. Caroline, who did fine, mighty fine. Started really go to time. That's true. Like a pool. Holy, I'm really lit. It's looking like it's about time to keep up. Caroline, listen up. Don't wanna hear about your horoscope or what the future holds. Shut up and let's go.
You are the dancing queen.
I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen.
Don't you know I lose control when you're not next to me?
Special team, special plays, special players.
Hide away with me some more. You're just a hideaway. You're just a feeling. You let my heart escape me on your meaning. Don't even I can find a way to stop the storm. Oh, baby, it's out of control. It's close.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Feel like people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
It takes two to break a heart in two. Ooh, baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Ooh,
Now he's thinking about me when I go. Is it that sweet like this so? So you can see, baby, I know. What's that mean? It's been so. We are down, right? Oh, it's just like Nintendo. So you can see, baby, I know. What's that mean?
I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. Been deep in every weekend, if you couldn't tell. They say teamwork makes you.
Yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny?
Just the way you are. When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in a crowd. But someone picked you from the bunch. One glance was all it took. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look.
Hey, go, Holly Berry, or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody go respect the shoe, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was glad to let you go. But now since I see,
Bitch, you make
They
me
call me
Earl.
Superman. Leap tall hoes in a single bound. I'm single now. Got no ring on his finger now. I never let another chick bring me down in a relationship. Save it, bitch. Babysit. You make me sick. Superman ain't saving shit.
off on Shady's dick, straight from the hip, cut to the chase. I tell a motherfucking slut to her face, play new games, say new names. Ever since I broke up with what's her face, I'm a different man. Kiss my ass, kiss my lips, bitch, why ass? Kiss my dick, get my cash. I'd rather have you whip my ass.
You say that I'm messing with your head. All 'cause I was making out with your friend. You're on your knees, begging please stay with me. But honestly, I just need to be a little crazy. All my life I've been good, and now I don't think you what the hell. All I want is to mess around, and I don't really care about.
Show yourself, take only what you need from it. The family of trees haunted, be haunted. Show yourself, take only what you need from it.
Think you what the hell.
The family of trees haunted, be haunted.
Yes, I wanna make it. I'm a $1 million baby. Don't ever hell no.
1738. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since your pretty ass soon as you came in the door. I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. Showed her how to whip and now she remix it for love.
Slang when you notice the stripes, the dirt in your fries. Hope it's right when you die. Old and bony.
And I get high with my baby, baby. I just left the mall, I'm getting fly with my baby, yeah. And I get ride with my baby, baby. I'll be in the kitchen cooking pies with my baby, yeah.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Tell me why the best things feel so wrong. Summer nights, love them how they take so long. Run with the feeling of being alive while we're still young.
Ain't it fun with the very happy world? Ain't it good? But yeah, all alone. Don't wanna be the one that I call baby. Concussion, big boys and boys. Shoot another shot to stop the feeling. You can say just the way you are. Make an excuse, not a stupid reason. Yeah, to stop the world just to stop the feeling.
most. Oh yeah, I hate you too. Do all the bomb.
Nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up $2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this,
$100
go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.
Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy?
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Stocktober, baby. We are all set, ready to go on this day, ready to go on this month. How was everyone's September? Hopefully extremely green. Hopefully everyone was absolutely banking. Are you guys feeling what I'm feeling today? We got a big day. Stocktober, baby. One of the most volatile months of the entire year. One of the times that traders are again getting up and saying, man, it's time to make this cash. October, November, December, January. This next 4-month stretch is going to be absolutely insane. Traders, get ready to go. Oh man, you guys already feel it. I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty excited on this day. I woke up this morning at 2 a.m. Couldn't even sleep last night. True story. Woke up at 2 a.m., jumped in the shower, and I've just been sitting here for the last 8 hours waiting for the market to open on up. The reason why is, traders, do we have a better job than this? Is there a better job than this? I don't think it's possible. We are literally being our own boss. We literally have to commute to our office to go ahead and start working. We get paid on how much work ethic we put in. We put in more, we make more. That's great. Traders, let's make this the best day of our lives. Let's make this our most profitable day yet. Let's get ourselves fired on up. And guys, hey, if you guys are feeling this love, if you guys are excited, smash that thumbs on up right now. We are live today over on YouTube, over on Tradecaster, and getting ourselves prepared for the small account challenge coming on up. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, October 14th, not next Monday, the following Monday, the small account challenge begins. $4,000 into our goal of $30,000. We are going to give ourselves 60 days to be able to complete this, and all the money we make, the $26,000 in profit that we're going for, we're giving it to the members of Tradecaster. So if you are a member of Tradecaster and you say, Dek, I don't have a lot of money. Dek, again, I want to become a full-time stock trader. That's why I'm here. That's why I want to learn from you. I am taking the money that I make in this trading account and I am helping fund your account. So we're going to break it on up any way we can. Maybe again, I'll just give 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 people a good chunk of change. Maybe we do something smaller. Maybe we do a little lottery system, but I want to fund your small account. We grow this account. We turn it into 4,000 to 30,000, 30,000 to 80,000. We are giving away every single dollar. Traders, I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready to go. I hope you guys are fired up on this. It is going to be electric. It is going to be insane, and I hope you guys are pumped because there is a massive day coming up right here and right now. Guys, I think I just need to take a second. I think I need to just catch my breath here for a moment. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, so let's talk about this day. Let's break this day on down as we always do. But again, good morning to absolutely everyone. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. And let's get this day started. So, what do we want to focus on starting off here, traders? Starting off, we have MGRX. Stock is up 66%. And just a little heads up, I always like to throw this out here. ZXZZT is not a stock. That's not a stock. So again, if you might see this as the number one top gainer here, this is not even a stock. This is a test stock. It's basically just like programmers of the NASDAQ are just making sure everything is flowing smoothly. So just ignore ZXZZT. It's not anything you can actually even buy. MGRX. We have a stock right now that is up 67%, but it is very tiny. SGMT. Stock right now up 40%. We'll keep our eyes peeled on this. XXG. This stock again came dumping on down yesterday, but having a small gap up. I want you guys to realize right now, out of the very small trades at this time, out of the press releases, out of the smaller plays out there, there's not much news. I'm just going to tell you right off the rip, I like to be blunt. I don't want you guys guessing. I want you guys to be confident. Smaller caps right now, penny stocks right now, or a little bit slow. But there is one stock that I absolutely love today. And that one stock that I absolutely love is DUO. DUO. This is the play that the majority of day traders, the majority of smaller cap traders, the majority of if you are trying to make a big bang in the market, DUO is where you guys want to be focusing on. This has been a play that has been getting a short squeeze on it the last 4 days in a row. So what we essentially have here is DUO went from 50 cents, spiked up to $1, spiked up towards 150, spiked up to 360, and now we're sitting at 345. If you are saying, oh man, Dek, SGMT is a little slow, XXG doesn't look good, SLXN, I don't like it. If you don't like any of these plays this morning, everyone go over to DUO. It was the number one top gainer this yesterday. It was the number one top gainer 2 days ago as well. And this is a play that's still looking to be able to continue to move up from its short squeeze. So let's get some more information on this, okay? So let's head on over to Fox Runner. Let's go over and click our news alerts. Now, the big thing I want to read to you guys first is let's read yesterday, okay? So if you guys were here yesterday, we went over again in Fox Runner, we went over to the news alerts, and this was yesterday, DUO. And it says, DUO is looking to be a top gainer for 3 days in a row. So this came out yesterday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning before this monster spike. So let's just get ourselves prepared. It says DUO is looking to be a top gainer for 3 days in a row. Thursday, it spiked 185%. Then it spiked a 55%. Then it was the number 2 top gainer on Monday with a 46% gain. So what is happening with DUO? DUO is a momentum play and a short squeeze. Last Thursday, we saw DUO break its 200-day moving average on the daily chart and buying volume pushed in. DUO spiked 185%, broke through its resistance, ran up towards $1, broke $1, and then it's been a big short squeeze ever since. So if you guys do not know what a short squeeze is, simply enough, it is going to be a situation in which the price of a stock rises to such an extent that investors who have sold short shares usually end up taking massive losses. So guys, I'm just going to break this down here because I know this stock is so important and I know a lot of you guys already know what this means, but I just want to help out any trader that does not understand this. When you short a stock, okay, let's just go with this. When you buy a stock, it slightly moves up. When you put money into a company, it slightly climbs. Now, if I short a stock, I am betting against it. So when I actually get into the play, it actually slightly falls. So if I get into a play and on the short side, the stock might go like this. It might fall a little bit. But let's say we had 1,000 people all shorted at the same time. The stock would go like this. That's why stocks move. They go up, they go down because what people do. When people buy them, they slightly go up. When people sell them, they slightly go down. Same exact thing when people short them. When people short them, they slightly go down. But when people get out of their shorts, aka covering their shares, the stock moves on up. So a short squeeze happens when there is a stock that looks very appealing, very attractive to shorters. Where again, shorters say, hey, I see that this stock has spiked on up. I'm going to go ahead and look for shorts. Look for shorts, look for shorts. And a lot of people start shorting this play. But then guess what happens? All of a sudden, the stock moves back on up a little bit. And as it moves back on up a little bit, all these people start getting out of their shorts. And as they get out of their shorts, what does that make the stock do? Well, guys, if you get out of your short, it makes the stock spike. Imagine if 1,000 people sold their shares at the same time. A stock would dump. Now think about it as opposite. if 1,000 people got out of their shorts at the same time, a stock would spike. So what's happening every single day is essentially this. Every single day, we are seeing DUO for the past 4 trading sessions now spike on up. People say, wow, the stock is up 100%, 200%. I'm going to short it. They short the play. Guess what happens? It falls back on down a little bit. People start saying, oh, this is the drop. And then it starts moving its way back on up. And as it moves its way back on up, all these shorters again start getting out of the play. And without even anyone actually buying the stock keeps on spiking. And then traders say, okay, it's up 400% now. Okay, let's go ahead and short this play. And as they short this play, it starts coming back on down, but then it has strength and it keeps going up higher. Then all these people get out of their play and it makes the stock go up even higher and higher and higher. It's like what happened with GameStop, right? So it says DUO, the short squeeze is continuing now as the stock is continuing to go on up, the more tempting it is to short. But the higher the stock goes up, the more shorts are starting to cover. So it's basically like been this endless cycle. And this is what we talked about yesterday over on DUO. But let's get a better idea of today. So let's switch over to October 1st. Let's go right here. Let's click done. And let's talk about what's happening today on DUO. Because guys, DUO spiked 146% yesterday after, again, the alert over on Fox Runner. So let's read this now together. It says at this time, DUO is the hottest stock to watch in the microcap market and has now spiked over 2,000% in the matter of 4 trading sessions. This is the stock all day traders are watching as they are either looking for more spiking or getting ready for shorts. Either way, there's going to be massive activity and volume on this stock. So DUO started spiking last week after breaking the 200-day moving average. And again, what is a short squeeze? A short squeeze is when a stock is going to rise from shorters covering. What happens during a short squeeze? A short squeeze, again, what we see is when a stock moves itself on up, shorters cover, which leads towards more increase in buying. Momentum moves up towards the upside. Shorters get squeezed out and they have no other position. They have to get out of the play or suffer major losses. Is short squeezes good? It's great if you're on the long side. If you're on the short side, well, obviously it's not going to be a very fun time. And how long does a short squeeze last? Well, guys, we could think about the GameStop short that lasted again, for a month, right? So there is no typical area on how long a short squeeze lasts. It all is going to vary, but the biggest one ever was like AMC, GameStop. Those were short squeezes. The majority of them will last maybe for 1 to 2 days. Right now we're on day 4 though of DUO. So this is continuing to push itself on up over on this play. So DUO, it says DUO has room to run to $5 today if the short squeeze continues. Buying a stock after a 2,000% move is highly risky, but as long as you have a game plan, as long as you have a stop loss, and again, if you have discipline, you can benefit from this play. In most cases, short squeezes will end after a strong spike with multiple halts. After an overextended move, watch for halts to reverse the play back on down. So today, guys, what we're really looking for over on DUO is we want to wait for that massive green candle. You guys know what I mean? You guys ever see a stock slightly move on up and then all of a sudden we see spike, halt, gap up, spike, halt, gap up, spike, halt. We haven't had that happen over on DUO. DUO every single day has just been more of like a slow and consistent spiker. Every single day, DUO has been like nice and easy, nice and easy, nice. It hasn't gotten halted yet at all. So what I would like to see on DUO is craziness. I would like to see, again, a big spike to $5, $6, get halted, and then see this thing reverse back on down. Now, traders, there's no guarantee we are going up to $5 plus. Let's just say something right now in front of everyone. Traders, this stock is already up 2,000%. There's a great chance that it just turns and falls and again, the party's over. But this is the play that everyone has been watching over the last 2 days. So I do want you guys to be on top of this and for you guys to be aware of it. Okay? So let's make sure that you guys understand that. But let's go through again this entire list here. Let's just break down everything we need to have a great understanding of what we want to be looking for on this day. Because traders, again, one of the most important things day in and day out is to be prepared. If you guys are not again prepared, if you guys are not confident, if you guys are again not set and ready to go for it to be a winner, then it's like, what are you doing? So little heads on up, Monday's top gainers right here, guys. Monday's top gainers, number 1 top gainer from yesterday was DUO. Number 2 top gainer was KXIN, ZCMD, EMKR, DSY. I'll tell you guys right now, really the only stock that's worth continuing to watch is DUO. So we'll keep that on watch. Let's keep moving up the list here. Next up on the list, it says this week's economic calendar, Thursday's events, or Tuesday's events, excuse me. Tuesday's breakdown of economic events. Guys, is there anything big today? Well, we do just want to be aware at 9:45 a.m., in the matter of 20 minutes, the market's going to move. We are going to have manufacturing PMI data. Then at 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we will see another move on the market. So just be aware, if you are trading the S&P 500, expect to see a strong green candle or a strong red candle at the time of 9:45 and at the time of 10 o'clock. These are going to be two times that are going to stand out to us in the market because they are going to have either large red candles or green candles. Make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. It's always great to be aware of this because who was here yesterday? Yesterday we made a ton of money because we were understanding that Jerome Powell is going to speak. So again, we saw Jerome Powell speak at 2 o'clock. Who joined me yesterday? I know there's a few hundred of you guys, but yesterday we crushed it at 2 o'clock yesterday. Jerome Powell spoke, the market crashed, we nailed the entire drop, and then again it bounced back on up, but we nailed the big drop yesterday, which was awesome. Here is currently the S&P 500 fear and greed index. Fear equals hesitation and selling. Greed equals confidence in buying. So guys, where are we at this moment? Well, obviously we are on the greed side. Greed is looking strong, right? Greed, extreme greed, extreme greed, extreme greed. Everything is greedy. There's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of buying. There's a lot of hype in this market right now at this moment. So this market's strong. And traders, not only is this market strong, but what else is very strong? China stocks. Has anyone looked into the Chinese market right now? Insane. Guys, let's read this. Let's read this together. It says, China stocks are soaring like never before. It says, Chinese stocks are soaring to their best day since 2008. The 25% surge in Chinese stocks are on the back of Beijing's coordinated stimulus has money managers scrambling to get some China exposure. But there are some risk involved in investing through global companies. Chinese stocks soared on Monday, extending gains for beleaguered assets class on hopes that policymakers will pair the monetary support with official policy action. Chinese stocks had their best daily gain since 2008 on Monday, but investors cautioned against expecting much blistering short-term moves. This is a technical liquidity-driven rally, said George Papadopoulos, a Singapore-based portfolio manager at Fidelity. So there is probably a lot of short covering. There's probably a lot of hedge funds jumping on in for the short-term returns. So traders, if you guys do not know right now, the Shanghai market had the biggest spike that it has ever had, or not ever, but since 2008. It gained nearly 10% in a day. That's insane. The S&P 500, we try to get 10% in a year. Imagine a 10% gain in a day, not over 12 months, in one day. That's what's going on here. So I want you guys to see this. It says, how can you benefit from this? If you are looking to invest into Chinese plays, look into popular Chinese ETFs. Here's a list below that will follow the Shanghai Stock Exchange. These are ETFs that you guys can buy right now. One of the most popular ways to invest in Chinese stocks is through the WSX Tracker's Harvest CSI 300 China A Shares ETF. Guys, this fund allows US investors to invest in China Class A shares. So guys, take a look at ASHR. ASHR right here, guys, has gone from $22 to $20. It's basically gone straight up in the last 4 days. So if you want to go ahead and invest in the Chinese plays and try to take advantage of this Chinese hype, this Chinese momentum, this Chinese action, everyone go ahead and you can look at ASHR. This thing has basically just gone straight up. There's some other list of some Chinese plays right here as well. So traders, let's keep on going. Let's see what else we have here. Also, what we have here is the S&P 500. What's going on with the S&P 500 here today? It says the SPY's wild movement after Jerome Powell's speech. It says the S&P 500 posted a record close on Monday to end the month and the quarter. The broad market index rose 0.42% during the final trading session before October began. Stocktober, baby. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average notched a record closing gain. Jerome Powell's message this week: don't get too used to half-point rate cuts. The Federal Reserve Chair said on Monday that the central bank will let data be the guide for any future action. So traders, if you guys were not here yesterday, we were ready to trade at 2 o'clock. Jerome Powell said this, and we caught up on it. Jerome Powell said, don't get caught up. Don't get too used to half-point rate cuts. So we saw him say this. All of a sudden, the market started turning and dumping. I jumped in on a put contract right away. I was able to make about $500. Awesome. We saw a nice drop. We saw a nice fade. We saw a nice crash, and this thing fell apart. Then, as you guys know, in Jerome Powell fashion, it's no, everything's good. Everything's good. And then we spiked all the way on up towards record highs. So the S&P 500 yesterday went on a crazy wild move. And it's just because when Jerome Powell speaks, things get a little crazy and wild. But let's get an understanding about what we want to be looking at today. Today, it says after about a week of consolidation, it has finally seemed like Jerome Powell has woke up this market. Guys, let's be honest. Over the past 5 trading sessions, we essentially saw flat movement and consolidation. It was nice yesterday to see some large swing trades as, again, Jerome Powell spoke and really brought some life back into this market. With the market closing near record highs last night, expect to see strong volume going into today. As of now, it's hard to say that the market is bearish in any sort of way whatsoever. We have the SPY closing at all-time highs. Last night it closed out a high of the day. Jerome Powell just spoke. It bounced off the 13 EMA. Traders, as of now, it's very tough to say that the S&P 500 is bearish in any way. Right now, we have a lot of spiking. We have a lot of climbing. We have, again, a bounce off the 13 EMA. We're coming up towards record highs. Everything's looking good. So, traders, to get yourself prepared on this day, the S&P 500 is very bullish. A lot of crazy movement yesterday afternoon. Guys, yesterday we were very bored in the morning. So I said, hey, everyone, come back here in the afternoon and let's trade. We want to be snipers. Why trade during boring consolidation? Trade where the action's at. I think today the action's going to be around 9:45 and 10 o'clock. So let's get ready for, again, a morning of action. The S&P 500 good. DUO is the #1 top gainer for penny stocks. Chinese stocks are stocks that you guys can get yourself involved in. Make sure, again, you guys are also watching over on FinViz. There is, again, a lot of low float Chinese plays that can go crazy. We do have, again, a lot of strong strength in the fear and greed index. We do have news coming out at 9:45 a.m. and DUO is the #1 top gainer on the date yesterday. As for any sort of hot news today, we're not really seeing a lot of hot news at this moment. We're kind of sitting back and staying smart. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we just action-packed that last 30 minutes. If you guys are excited on this day, can we get a good old Dekmar trades? Ah-hoo! Oh! Guys, I think every single person has to be prepared at this point. Every single person has to be ready at this point. Every single person has to be saying to themselves, okay, hey, okay, we got it. You know, we're pretty set here. I try to get every single person fired up. So the only thing I want is I want to see you in the chat room. I want to see a little bit of excitement. I want to see some gifts in the chat room. I want to see some love in the chat room. I want to see some energy in the chat room. If that's on YouTube, if that's on Tradecaster, help me get this day going here, people. Let's do it. It's Stocktober, baby. It is Stocktober. Let's get ready for this day. Big day ahead. Big day ahead. Let's turn off 2 songs at the same time. Never a good look. Let's get ourselves prepared here. All right, traders. Market is now open. Market is now live. So we are getting ourselves ready to rock here. Just bringing up my charts. Again, traders, what did we talk about? We talked about that we'll see a lot of hype most likely around 9:45-ish. I do think the market's going to get a little bit of a pop, and then we also want to watch S&P 500. So we got DUO, SPY. Really, again, top dogs. DUO, SPY, SMCI. What else do we want to be watching? You know, SLXN maybe? NVIDIA. These are really, again, my top watches today. Top watches. These are, again, some of the stocks that I think, have the best potential to be able to break on out. Stocks have some of the best potential to start getting, some momentum. Stocks have some of the best potential to be able to start getting some big-time moves here. So SPY is starting to get a little bit weaker. And yes, guys, we are here in Stocktober. Guys, do you know how hard it was to get this picture? Traders. Now, for anyone who does not know, Jerome Powell is my uncle. Not like my real uncle. I guess he's like my dad and him went to Harvard together. So the thing is, it's like I called him last night and said, are you busy? And I said, can you come to my pumpkin factory and we can take, a picture together? He was not in the mood, but just because we have such a close connection, and it's like, and I know a lot of people don't know that. It's like, there's a reason why I always win, it seems like. I don't want to get too into it and start saying, some crazy public statements here. I don't know. But I just want to, again, shout out Jerome Powell. If you're watching today, he's a member over on Tradecaster. Thank you for coming over to my pumpkin factory and, again, just taking this picture for this YouTube thumbnail. I appreciate it. You're a great guy. I'll see you at Thanksgiving, buddy. Guys, let's get this day started. So S&P 500. S&P 500 getting a little bit weaker right off the rip here. We do know we are going to get some news at 9:45 a.m. 9:45. That's going to be a big time for us. And then obviously we are watching DUO. DUO to be able to get some momentum. DUO to be able to get some hype. DUO to be able to get some action here. Oh, baby. 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 Guys, S&P 500 starting off with a lot of weakness. I always use the VWAP. VWAP, guys, always going to be a great starting point to understand when a stock is considered bullish or bearish. Just a little heads on up. Very easy little tricks with the VWAP. For anyone who does not know, the VWAP is the volume weighted average price. Right? When you guys take a look over on the VWAP right here, what do you guys see? You guys can see usually whenever you are above the VWAP, you are going to be considered bullish. Bullish means there's a better chance of being on calls, there's a better chance of going on up. You could see when you're above the VWAP, guess what happens? You are bullish. There's a better chance of spiking, there's a better chance of moving on up. When you're underneath the VWAP, guess what? You are considered bearish. And when you're bearish, there's a better chance of doing put contracts, there's a better chance of selling, right? So we can see that the S&P 500, it's always great to just always be aware. Hey, when you're underneath the VWAP, there's a better chance that you are going to be selling. When you're above the VWAP, there's a better chance that you're going to be seeing buying. And that's just a great way to start off your trades. Great way to kind of just get a great understanding of what you could be doing next. So the S&P 500 already starting to fade, already starting to fall, already starting to get a little bit weaker here. Little side note, guys. I do want to make sure that you guys understand AK starting off one of his challenges today, trade every alert challenge. So every time he again puts out an alert, he's jumping into a stock. So I always like to give some shout outs and be able to again, support all the amazing live streamers here over on Tradecaster. If that's again Active Trader or Yeah Buddy or Caesar or Richardson or AK, I know AK starting a challenge that a lot of people enjoy and like. So I just want to give him a little bit of love and give him a shout out right there. So good luck, bud. I hope you absolutely crush it. I'll again come over and watch again also during lunch hours. So I'm pumped. So guys, again, over on tradecaster.com, as you guys know, the #1 trading community in the world, you guys will be able to have access to all these different live streams, be able to watch them, enjoy them, and be able to, again, learn from multiple different traders. That's what it's all about. Traders, let's see. Where is going to be our support line right now? Traders, where's the dip buy? Where's the support? We have now had a $3 drop in the matter of 10 minutes here. Let's go back to a 30-minute time frame. Where is the strongest support line do you guys see? 30-minute time frame. Where is our area of support? Traders, I think the best area of support that I think we could all agree on, maybe right next to 570. Would you guys agree with this? 570, I think this would be our main platform. I think you guys could agree with this on right here. If you guys see a different platform, please go ahead and throw that out here. But I'm looking at what is the strongest area of support here. I see we have a bounce play. I see we have a sell-off. Resistance, 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 bounce, sell-off, bounce, 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 bounce. If you come on down towards, I would say, underneath the price of 570.50, there's a great area that you could be looking for a bounce. Now, traders, I'm not the biggest fan of trying to find the bottom and trying to catch a falling knife. I'm not the biggest fan of trying to catch a falling knife. I usually like to look for some sort of lower high. I try to look for, again, like a lower shadow. I kind of like to wait for some more opportunity towards the upside. But we have just fallen almost $3 now in the matter of 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes. If we do go underneath the price of 570.25, we might want to start getting ourselves involved on a little bit of that dip buy opportunity. I want to take a look right here. SPX October 2nd, 5,700 and probably 5,725 would be a good area for call contracts. Market orders start off with one contract, and let's just see how much lower is this going to go. But I just want to be prepared. Traders, is anyone interested in getting for a dip buy? Is anyone saying to themselves, ooh, Dek, I want to get involved on a dip buy here pretty soon? It's always scary to look to catch a falling knife. If I threw a knife up in the air, it's scary to try to catch it, right? You a lot of times wait for it to hit the ground and then you pick it on up. So the thing is, same exact thing with S&P 500. We may want to wait until this hits the ground before, again, we look to enter on this play. But an amazing dip buy is going to be from 570.50 down to 570. If it crashes underneath 570, you have to have a stop loss. Or you wait for a lower shadow to form, you wait for a higher low, you wait for an uptrend, and then you go from there. So right now, a lot of people are jumping in right now on calls. I know for a fact People are seeing this lower shadow. People are seeing that we're getting closer towards that 570 support line. People are saying to themselves, oh, Dek, I want to jump it over on this play as we're again falling here. The thing is, traders, I'm okay with, again, being a little bit more patient here. Look at this, guys. We're still dumping. This thing is still dumping. I have not entered at all. Here's my position box. I am not in on anything here. I am not in on anything, but I am not opposed if anyone's saying, oh, Dek, I'm interested for a dip buy here pretty soon. So we are still dumping, still getting weaker. No entry for myself yet. This thing is still crashing. The market is currently down $4. We are seeing a massive collapse right here. This is where main support's at this moment. Go back to a 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame, traders. At this exact time, we are seeing this market implode. We are seeing S&P 500 bounce here. Then we have top resistance, bounce, 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 bounce. We are at the bounce area right now. Are we going to get this dip buy? You can see bounce, 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 bounce. So far, the market is dropping $4 in the matter of 8 minutes. We don't want to try to guess where this bounce is going to be, but we do know the odds are a great dip is going to be somewhere right around this mark. The lower it goes, the better, though, guys. The lower it goes, the better the opportunity, the better chance of success. Because the thing is, the lower it goes, the better chance we will see some sort of dip buy pretty soon. I will say, Dek, where would you 100% jump in? If we come on down to 560.50, 560.40, I'm going to do at least one contract. I think, again, if we come on down towards 560.50, 560.40, I will do one contract. And if you're saying, Dek, why are you going to do one contract? Just because the odds are of seeing a 50-cent bounce, seeing a $1 bounce after a $4 drop would be so high. So I don't want to do it yet. But I am going to be watching for, again, a little bit of a new low and then go from there. If you do have one contract, two contracts right now, not opposed. I don't hate it at all. We do know, again, 570 area is a great support line. I will start with one contract at 569.50. 569.50 is where I'm going to start with my first contract, and I will slowly add one contract at a time because I am assuming a dip buy is going to be coming on up as, again, we can start dropping on down lower and lower and lower. But we don't have any sort of higher low yet. We don't have even a lower shadow yet. We are getting a little bit of a dip at this moment. If you guys are in on calls, again, I respect it. I understand it. And again, get after it. Man, I love this already. Guys, little heads on up. Where's DUO at? Little heads on up. DUO, is that spiking up or down? DUO is actually dropping at this moment. DUO is already up 2,000%. Just got halted on the downside for the first time. Whew, guys, this market is already going crazy. Traders, this market, I mean, good morning, everyone. Wake up. Good morning. Wake up, traders. We're already seeing a lot of hype. We're already seeing a lot of action. We are literally 10 minutes in. And traders, let's not forget, we do have the economic calendar showing us that in the next 5 minutes, we do have what? Traders, take a look right here. Everyone take a look at the screen. Tuesday's breakdown of economic events. Traders, 9:45 a.m. The S&P 500 does have final U.S. manufacturing PMI data, ISM manufacturing, construction spending, job openings. At 9:45 and 10 o'clock, we have a lot of data coming on out. This could definitely shift the market back on up or, again, dump it even lower. So things are going to be getting crazy here, guys. Dek, what scanner is that? This scanner is, again, Fox Runner. There is a link for it in the description below. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab it, you guys can. A little side note, again, I know everyone's been waiting for that political data. That they said, again, Tuesday, October 8th. So Tuesday, October 8th is apparently when that political data is going to be coming on out. But you guys can grab this. It is in the link in the description below so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Guys, we are getting a little bit weaker now. Coming back on down, testing almost a new low of the day. Let's see if this thing can keep on dropping. Now, again, the scary thing is, in the next 3 minutes, we are going to be seeing, that economic data come on out. So let's see if we are going to get a little bit more of that drop. Let's go back into a larger time frame. I mean, to see almost a $4 collapse just like that was pretty wild. Where's, again, dip? Big dip areas, big dip buys, big dip, opportunities. 569.40. Again, I like the five. Again, all I'm trying to do, guys, I am not trying to be a superhero here. Okay? I want you guys to realize that right now. I'm trying to be smart. I'm trying to say, where is a great dip buy mark? I see that there's dip buys here, dip buys here, dip buy here, dip buy here, Tons of old tops right here. Dip by here. Traders, let me ask you guys something. If I go ahead and I pull the trigger when the S&P 500 is in this range, is that crazy talk? Dek, you're being wild. Dek, you're gambling. Dek, you're being just a nutcase at this moment. If I pull the trigger where we had a bounce right here, 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 we had tons of resistance right here, and then we had a bounce right here and tons of resistance right here. I don't think, again, I'm trying to do anything superhero. Dek, you're a super genius. I think I'm just playing a chart. I just think I'm just realizing where a chart's at. I think I'm just realizing, again, where we have opportunity. So this area is, again, at this mark, back on down towards the low 569s. That's the low 569 area. So that would be another $1.30 drop. We came on down so far to a low of 569.71. I wanted to get my first entry at 569.50, then slowly add on to the play. Slowly add on to the stock as, again, the stock started fading and falling and dropping and start getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So again, right now, traders, though, we are starting to get a little bit of higher lows. Bulls are starting to move back in. Now, please note, in the next 90 seconds, we are going to have our first economic data of the day. Now, what does that mean? That means in the next next 60 seconds here, we might see the SPY shoot right back up to 572. Or there's a chance that it's going to crack and hit a new low. So what do I want? What would I like? I personally would like that new low. I personally would feel confident, comfortable. I would be excited to jump in at those low 569s. That's what I would absolutely love. Hey, the market's down $3.20 already. We could easily feed back on down towards these lows. So the best thing to do is just be prepared. I would have call contracts, not the same day expiration, but October 2nd expiration. And we're going to see in the next, again, 1 minute here, actually in the next 45 seconds, can we crash back on down towards a new low, towards the low 569s. 569, simply enough, Dek, even if the market is still falling, I'm looking to get involved near chart support, where we have bounced at the last 5 times in a row. Then I could have a stop loss underneath it, and let's say worst case scenario, I take a loss. I'm okay with that loss because at least I'm getting entries that have great odds. At least I'm getting entries that have great opportunities of success. At least I'm getting entries that, again, could easily pay me on out. So, guys, 7 seconds. This is not going to be the biggest data in the world, but it definitely could lead towards a new low. Let's see it in 3, 2, 1, bang. Guys, here comes again a drop back on down. We just came on down and touched the low of the day. We just hit the low of the day of 569.71. Now again, let's see if we can keep on cracking. I like it. Come on, keep going lower. Keep going lower. We got 82s right here. Low of the day is 569.71. Right now we're at 569.75. 70, 60, 50. Keep it going, baby. Keep it going. Let's keep going lower. 30s. Beautiful. 30s. Beautiful. Guys, gonna enter my first contract here. First contract just entered over on this play. I like, again, I'm down near a bottom-ish area. One contract, invested $2,500 for one contract on the call side. Just one contract. I will add if it continues to fall. I'm also not doing the same day contracts. I'm doing, again, farther out expirations to give myself a little bit more time so I don't have to worry about time decay. If we start bouncing our way back on up, beautiful, but we came on down to 569.35, and I'm thinking, hey, you know what? This is a great, at least, starting opportunity. Let's see if we can make $300 to $400 over on this contract, just this one contract alone. If we can, we could take our profits and then, again, look for another great entry coming on up. So right now, traders, we are watching to see, are we going to be able to get that bounce? Right now, we do have a great entry right next to the low of the day. So we have a great entry near and at the low of the day area. We're going to be watching to see if this does bounce back above that 570-ish mark. Now, to be honest with you guys, I really don't care. If it bounces back above 570, great. I could just lock in a little bit of profits. If it does not go back above 570, that's okay as well, because then I can add more gains as, again, it comes back lower. So no matter what, it's kind of like a win-win to me. If it goes lower, I can add more. If it goes higher, I can take like a free $300 in gains. But, you know, we have the low of the day entry right now, guys. We have the low of the day entry at this moment. And also, again, I don't do the same day expiration just because I don't like facing time decay so much. So, again, time decay is kind of what annoys me. Time decay, again, kind of just like pisses me off a bit. So I always try to go out like a day or two, so I just don't have to worry about time decay as, you know, as often. So we are starting to come back on down here a little bit. Dek, where would be your next area to add one contract underneath 569? I would probably say like 569.80. 568.80 is where I'd probably start, getting involved and looking for a possible entry. So underneath 569 would be my next area to, look for a contract to add on to this, to bring down my cost basis and then be able to, still look for that bounce. Remember, guys, after having a $4 crash, we have that main support at 569. We have an entry right above 569. We can look for an entry right underneath 569, try to have a cost basis right near 569, go from there. Here comes that main black line we talked about. Remember, traders, go back in that 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame, bounce, 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 bounce. These are all the areas that we're looking for as we talked about. Traders, going to be adding my second entry right here. 2 contracts total at this moment. Just added my second entry, 2 contracts total, as we do have our bounce opportunity. Bounce right here, black line. Bounce right here. Bounce right here. Bounce, bounce. Top resistance. Top resistance. You guys can see bounce. Top resistance. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to be able to see now, are we going to form this lower shadow? Are we going to be able to start reversing as we reversed last time here? As we reversed last time here, as we reversed last time here, as we fell right here, but still a reversal, and as we reverse right here and right here. So remember, traders, I'm not trying to play my feelings here. I haven't played my feelings at all here, have I? Not at all. I'm not playing my feelings. I'm playing what the chart's giving me. And all I'm trying to do is be able to make a smart decision on where to invest. That's it. Smart decisions on where to invest, smart decisions on where I think reversals can be, smart decisions on where I think we could be able to see more upside. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm not going to sit here and be a guy on Twitter or be a guy on YouTube or be a guy here that's in front of you and saying, hey guys, I have the secret sauce that no one has. Guys, I want you to have my sauce. I want every single person to eat up my sauce. Every single one of you guys. Right now, let's see if we can get a little bit of a dip buy. Let's see if this thing can. Let's go. I'm in my motivational phase right now, guys. I'm in my motivational phase at this moment. I'm trying to be inspiring. I'm trying to be motivational right now. You guys know what I mean. You guys know what I'm saying. Traders, come on. Let's get that dip buy and that bounce play. S&P 500. Let's see if this thing can get all the way back above that 570 mark here soon. Right now, traders, what else do you guys realize? I'm in on 2 contracts at this moment. The stock is down towards 569.01. I'm currently down 60 bucks. Now, again, it's just because I'm looking for those good entry areas. Now, guys, I will say this right now. It is going to be difficult to spot the exact bottom. I would love for this to be the exact bottom. But at the end of the day, I am just not sure. There's a lower shadow here before we came flying all the way back on up, right? There is a lower shadow that came slightly lower, 568.80 before bouncing back on up. Here's a little bit of a crack before bouncing back on up. Here's again a couple little lower shadows before bouncing back on up. So the thing that you must understand right now is over on the S&P 500, do I think that this is the general area? Yes, but I do not have the perfect price point. It might go slightly lower. You might want to wait until we get some higher lows. You might want to wait till we get one green candle before you start adding, whatever you feel comfortable with. And again, understand your risk tolerance. How do I want to trade? How do I want to get involved in this play? How do I want to be able to continue to hold this stock? So SPY right here, traders. I want to see some positive movement. I want to see like a break towards the upside, start getting back on up towards the VWAP. Now, Dek, when would we start moving back up towards the VWAP? Let me ask you guys, what would be a great area, great time that we could start moving back up towards the VWAP? 10 o'clock. We do know, again, 10 o'clock, we do have some news coming on out. We do know 10 o'clock, we do have some opportunity that's going to be happening. We do know, again, 10 o'clock, we start seeing these plays possibly start, climbing back on up if the news is good at 10. Now, again, we need to understand something. If the news is bad at 10 o'clock, traders, it could lead towards the next leg on down. So, we have our trade. We know our happy area is right at 569. 569 is where we feel good. 569 is where we feel confident. 569 is, again, the area that we want to stay around. We do have news at 10 o'clock that could definitely change this market. Right now, I have 2 contracts at this time. I am going to hold this play till about 10 o'clock no matter what. I can add when I want to, but I'm going to hold this play till about 10 o'clock to see that possible news come on in and see this thing start squeezing and spiking. But I like the 569 area. Again, it might go a little lower, it might go back on up. Again, it's around this area. And remember what I said here, traders. All I'm doing is I'm not trying to be, again, a superstar. I'm just looking at where we've seen old areas of support and resistance. Where I see that we have top resistance, a bounce, top resistance, top resistance. Here's a bounce, here's a bounce. But you can see there are little lower shadows here and there that go on down a 568.25 or maybe, again, a 568.70 or a 5. It's kind of like that's been our area here. So I just keep saying that because I don't want you guys to get nervous if you guys are in the correct way and then you get out. I don't want you guys to get fearful if, again, you're saying, oh, I'm in the red, let me get out right away. You do need to be able to give the stock a little bit of leeway. You do need to give the stock a little bit of comfort. You do need to be able to say, hey, okay, I got to take the good with the bad here. I have a good overall entry, but we are trying to, again, figure out that best play that's going to be able to have us the most success. Traders, what's the one thing that you guys are realizing over on the S&P 500? The S&P 500 right here is we are still on a slight downtrend. Break of this downtrend, watch for that change in momentum. Break of that downtrend, watch for that change in the movement. I do have SPX chart right here, which is basically just going to be identical to the SPY, but the SPX chart is on the bottom right-hand corner if you guys are interested over in that. Right now, again, I am currently down $80 at this time, and again, we are going to see if we can break this downtrend, start squeezing back up towards that VWAP area. Remember, my contracts are October 2nd, 5,720 call side, getting ready to rock and roll here. So 5 minutes away until brand new news, guys. So 5 minutes away until brand new news. A little bit of a drop here, back on down. As I said, I'm going to be holding most likely till about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is usually reversal time. Now, please, 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 please understand something, traders. 10 o'clock does not mean 100% we're going up. There is news at 10, okay? This does not mean it's 100% going on up. What happened at 9:45? The market fell. PMI data wasn't good. So we do have job openings data. We do have construction spending data. We do have ISM manufacturing data. We do have 3 different press releases that are coming out at 10 o'clock. If they are good, or the majority of them are good, or if, again, traders see them in a positive light, the market will move on up, we will spike, and we will climb. If they see them in a negative light, it's coming right back on down. Market's hitting new lows, probably going to drop about $2. Please say to yourself right now, have an honest conversation on how you want to be able to do this in the next 3 minutes. Are you saying, hey, Dek, I'm even right now. I'll wait until, again, the jobs data comes on out, right? You could be saying to yourself right now at this moment, hey, Dek, I just got in at 569. I'm down $10. I don't feel comfortable. Hey, Dek, I just got in, right now I'm even at this moment. I got in at the price of 569 right now. Again, I'm currently down $10. I don't want to get in on this play. I don't want to hold through any sort of news. If you do not want to hold through any sort of news, I 100% understand that. But please make the decision before 10 o'clock on what you want to do here, okay? So right now, traders, my cost basis entry is right around 569.05, 569.10. I'm about 10 cents down right now in the red, out of a stock that has already fallen $5. The thing is, I do think, again, I have easy opportunity to go into the green side and we could see a rip and run back above that 570 mark. But most likely, this is going to be happening at 10 o'clock. But there's no guarantee. That's the hardest thing. I can't give you a Sean Dekmar guarantee, guys. I can't give you a Sean Dekmar guarantee that every single person here is going to win. I can't give you a Sean Dekmar guarantee, but what I can guarantee is in the next 3 minutes, you're going to have big volume, you're going to have big movement, you're going to have big action. So this is your account. These are your trades. This is your idea. This is, again, your structure on what you want to be doing next year. Right now, we are going to watch to see, can we squeeze on up and just keep on ripping and running? If we can squeeze on up above 570 even before the JOLTS data and be able to take some profits then, hey, let's do that. So if we could squeeze on up to 570 even before the JOLTS data comes on out in the next, 2.5 minutes, beautiful. We could take our gains then. My goal is I want to get to at least like $400. $400 profit, guys, is kind of what I'm looking for here to kind of kick off my day. Does that sound like a fair trade that everyone would be happy with? Now, I know the majority of you guys are back in the green right now, sitting pretty, enjoying life, having fun, about to, again, pour yourself up a margarita. Nothing wrong. I'm not judging. Hey, it's Tuesday margarita day, baby. Nothing wrong at 9:50 a.m. with a margarita on a Tuesday. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. I'm not judging. Traders, what I will say, though, is be ready to sell in case things go wrong, right? Let's think about worst case scenario. If things go wrong, be ready to sell. Be ready to get out. Be ready to move on from this play if things go wrong. Now, I will tell you right now, if we shoot up to $400 in profit and it's before the 10 a.m. data, I will take my profits just to be a smart guy, okay? So I do want every single person to just be aware of that. We have 60 seconds here till 10 o'clock data here. Oh, I have 2 contracts. Thank you so much. 2 contracts here. Looking for this spike, looking for this rip here. Can we get it? Oh, buddy. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Come on. Go. Give me $500 before 10 o'clock just so I don't even have to do this. Okay? Give me $400, just so I don't even have to do this at this moment. I hate holding through news. Come on, get a little bit of a pop here. We got 30 seconds. Traders, what are you guys thinking? Break even? Break even? Hold tight for, the 570 breakout. Break even, or again, we got 29 seconds here. I hate gambling in the stock market. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'm going to be so quick with this, guys. If I see myself dropping in the red, I'm just going to get out quickly. Okay? So if I see myself dropping in the red, I'm going to get out quickly. Best case scenario is this opens on up and we squeeze and spike right above 570. We can make some profits. Guys, we got 8 seconds here. So again, be ready to go in case things go south. In the matter of 3, 2, 1. We're going all over the place right now. Come on. Come on. Go. Go. We're all over the place here. Spike. Let's see 570. 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 Oh, let's see 570. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see it. 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 I'm going to take my gains right here. I'm going to take my gains right here a little bit. I'm going to take my gains just right here a little bit. I don't want to gamble, guys. I'm going to just take a little bit of profits. $210, right? I'm just going to take my $210 right now. It seems like it's so choppy here. So choppy a little bit. I don't want to hold you guys into a play that everyone I'm just going to take my gains when I have them. Be smart. That's all, guys. That's all. I'm just going to take my gains starting off here. 210. Oh, man. Giovanni says that boy's got the sauce. Man. Traders, guys, I got to work on my motivational speaking. I will say that. My goal is, I want to get like a TED talk. I want to get like a talk that I speak in front of Harvard or graduation, and then and I don't say things like that. Man, imagine me again getting invited to speak at a graduation. Oh! Beautiful. I love it. Are there any principals in here that could have me speak at your graduation? I would love to be able to tell the kids what they are. I would say I'm very proud of you for passing high school. Literally a chimpanzee could probably pass a high school class, but I'm proud of you because I know, again, when you're 16 years old, it feels like the end of the world. So great job. The majority of you are not going to make it. But the thing is, some of you are going to strive. And for those that are going to strive, I salute you. Come on over to the Tradecaster headquarters. The other 85% of you peasants, go ahead and pump some gas or something. They don't know who I'm talking about. You might say, Deck, that's extremely rude and mean. Hey, if you again think you're in the 85%, you are in the 85%. If you think you're in the 15%, you are in the 15%. It's all about mindset. That's how my dad motivated me. You wonder again how I have this mindset going on? How I have this positivity? How I again get myself going right here? It was either win or I sleep outside. It was win or I don't get fed. People say, Deck, you were 18 years old and weighed again 110. You were 6'2" and weighed 110 pounds. That's a little unhealthy. Guess what? I wasn't winning at the time. I deserved it. Right now, S&P 500. Let's get ready to go. Molly switched out from TD Ameritrade, finally stepped out and placed my first order on Lightspeed. Woo! Love it. Awesome job, awesome work. Yes, guys, for the small account challenge coming on up as well, it is going to be all over on Lightspeed. We are going to have the Lightspeed Vice President come back on. He's going to be coming on next week, or actually, I think day one of the small account challenge. And he is going to be giving us a full breakdown on how to invest on Lightspeed for a small account. What orders to use to have the less commissions. What to be looking at to be able to, what to be looking at for our trades to get faster execution. All these things that we want. So that's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. I just dropped again my Lightspeed link. Make sure again, everyone go ahead and check that thing on out. Man, guys, trading through the news right there. I want to show this real quick. I know a lot of you guys were here yesterday. You guys always are here. I love it. But this video, this was us trading yesterday's news. Okay, I just want to show this right here. It's over on my Twitter right now. Everyone go retweet this if you guys haven't. Let me again turn this on off. I love it. I love this type of stuff. This is so funny to me because like this is what like is true in the market. When Jerome Powell speaks, this was yesterday. This was yesterday, guys. Let's see what happened. Jerome Powell speaks in the next 1 minute. And in the next 1 minute, we know that Jerome Powell is going to be giving economic outlook. Already, that's putting the odds in our favor. Already, that's giving us that advantage.
Good afternoon.
That's how to trade Jerome Powell style, baby. For Jerome Powell style, it's literally just good afternoon, boom, straight on down. So if you guys are not here yesterday, we were able to make about $500 in profit yesterday. And all we did was just short when Jerome Powell spoke. Jerome Powell spoke and, you know, as you guys can obviously see, market came crashing all the way back on down. So that was yesterday at 2 o'clock. We were able to make our money. So the thing is, guys, you know, just like we were staring at the economic calendar today, just like we were staring at the economic calendar right here, we know the times that we should be looking at. 9:45, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, right? So we know the times that we should be staring. We should be on top of this. We should be focused on, right? Very important that we're constantly and consistently, again, watching these moves and aware of them. Yep, guys, small account starts October 14th. Okay, guys, so the small account challenge starts October 14th. Let me just run through it one more time because today is the first day of Stocktober, baby. So let's get ourselves prepared and let's get ourselves going here. All right, and I'm actually just going to bring over a Word document, you know, make it nice and easy. All right, so Let's get this all set together. Make sure every single person is fully aware of what we want to be doing, what we are again on top of. And again, then we'll get back to some nice sexy trades, guys, because that's what it's all about, getting ready for these sexy trades right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stocktober. We are here. And as we know, the biggest trading event single-handedly down on the year is coming on up in 14 days. And that is going to be the small account challenge. Yes, guys, I'm that good of a typer that I can stare at the camera and type at the same time. How many people can do that? I'm not staring down going ba 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 ba. Small account challenge starts on up on October 14th. 14th, we are going to be using a $4,000 account. The goal is to be able to get it to $30,000. $30,000 and going to be in 60 days. 60 days, we will be underneath the PDT rule. We will be using a margin account. I will be using Lightspeed as my brokerage. And then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes on down to the strategy is going to be looking for low float breakouts. Low float breakouts, low float shorts. And after we break 10,000, so we'll say after 10,000, that's when we'll start looking for some option trades from there. So, breaking it all on down. Small account challenge. Starting on up October 14th, we are starting with $4,000, $30,000 target, 60 days we're giving ourselves. We will be underneath the PDT rule. We'll be on a margin account. We'll be using Lightspeed. We're looking for low float breakouts, low float shorts. After $10,000, we are going to switch over towards option trading here and there, not total, but again, every now and then we will be doing some option trades. And biggest thing is we are giving away all the profits. Okay, so the biggest thing that I could say right here, traders, is we are giving away all of the profits. And what I mean by that is all the money that we make from the small account challenge on this trading account, we are giving to you. We are giving to you guys. I think it's just, I came up with this idea like, you know, a little while ago where I just said, imagine if there was a mentor. Imagine when I first started, if there was literally someone that would show me how to trade, do it in real time, answer my questions, and then literally give me money to go ahead and start my trading career. It's like, guys, I don't know what else you want from me. Tell jokes? Yeah, I can tell jokes if that's what else you want. I try to think to myself when I wake up here, traders. I think to myself, how can I be the best mentor I can be? How can I literally have people say, Dek, there's no one even in your class of teaching. There's no one else in your class of mentoring. There's no one in your class of what you give for value and education. And if I'm going down to a small account and I'm doing it live and I'm answering your questions and I'm showing my P&Ls and then I literally give you money to go ahead and start your trading career, I don't understand how there's not 10 billion people watching the stream. But at the same time, again, there's not 10 billion people watching the stream. So I'm asking myself, like, what else can I do? And the thing is, I don't know what else I can do other than give you money, teach you everything, show you. It just comes down to the people who want to be here, the people that actually want to be able to be successful, the people that actually want to be able to learn, the people that say, hey, you know what? I know I could be able to be a full-time stock trader. This is where I want to learn at. So, guys, that's what it comes on down to. Every single day, stay ready, stay fired on up. I'm ready to work with you. I know you guys are as well. I can say some jokes. I can dance. I can sing. Make it happen. SPY, we still getting lower here? Guys, SPY still dropping on down towards some lows. Guys, let this fall. We're not going to try to time this for a dip buy. We're not going to try to time this for a bounce play right now. So I'm not going to look to try to time this. I'm going to wait for some sort of easier opportunity to kind of set itself on up and then, you know, go from there. Wait for those easy opportunities, those easy setups, those easy chances of success. Guys, SPY still fading and falling. Dek, where is like the next area of support? I'll be frank with you, not until like 565. If we say, hey Dek, you know, how low can we go down here? Let's just go back to like a 30-minute time frame. Or I mean, if you guys take a look at the daily chart here, right? This is what I'm talking about. 565, 565, bounce by 565. It's probably going to find some sort of bounce area, probably like maybe 565, 80, maybe right at 566. Seems like it's cracking that 13 EMA. Things are, again, still looking pretty weak so far over on the S&P 500. This is on the daily chart. Let me put that back right here. So far, again, we are still crushing on down. We are still getting weaker. We are still fading. And, man, traders, look at this. Still going lower. Take a step back. 60-minute time frame. 60-minute time frame, Deck. What do we have here? Here's the next dip. Dip by 565.25. Here's an old top. 565.25. Here's an old top. 565.30. Here's an old top over here. 565.25. So if you're asking me, hey Deck, where is the best dip buy possible? It's going to be somewhere in the 565s. That would still be another like $1.50 drop before we even get to an area that I feel comfortable with. Other than that, I would say again, puts have control here. Puts have control. Puts are winning. Deck, any sort of uptrend that maybe we can connect? I'm just going to try to throw around some uptrend lines and see if there's any sort of predictability that would make sense to us. Any sort of predictability that would say, hey, you know what? This is something that, you know, we definitely want to be watching and focusing on. I don't like this trend. I mean, this one I'm like really exaggerating, hoping for the best here. I think that's better. Came on down to, what did we come on down to? 566.90 there for a second. So, I mean, I feel like it's either do put contracts. I feel like it's either do put contracts or right now, or you wait until you get on down towards, you know, the 565s, low 566s. So right now, traders, S&P 500, we are still fading. We are still dropping. We are still getting weaker. All across the board. Still fading, still dropping, still getting weaker. Johnny Mendez saying, Deck, what do you think about the dock worker strike? May this be the reason the market is falling? I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the dock worker strike. I know, again, today started a big strike, but I just don't have enough information on it. But hey, let's do it together, you know? Let's see, dock worker strike. So let's go ahead. What do we have here, guys? Dock worker, dock worker, dock worker. Just bringing up some articles, trying to get a little idea. Dock workers at ports from Maine to Texas go on strike. A standoff risk of new shortages. So Philadelphia dock workers at port from Maine to Texas began picket lines early on Tuesday and strike over wages and automation that could reignite inflation and cause shortages. The contract between the ports and about 45,000 members of the International Longshoremen Association expired at midnight. And even though the progress was reported in talks on Monday, the workers went on strike. The strike affecting 36 ports is the first by the union since 1977. It says massive port strike begins across America's East Coast, threatening shortening and rising prices. So could this be the main reason on why the market's falling? Guys, little heads on up as well. Expected shortages on bananas, booze, chocolates, and cherries. What a crazy article to throw in the mix right here, guys. It's like massive port strike begins across America, threatening shortages and rising prices. Well, has anyone talked about the bananas recently? I mean, let's just take a second here. Yeah, I get it. You know, the ports are very important, but does anyone else eat their potassium? I mean, let's make sure we put an article about this. so shout out to the banana lovers. So we do have some the strikes going on at this moment. Port strike called at East Coast and Gulf Coast cargo facilities as dock workers walk off the job. Automation hurts families, saying for job protection. So can someone correct me on this? What's happening exactly? Are we seeing automation as like AI? Are we seeing like robots basically do people's jobs right now? Are we seeing automation as everything is basically technology, everything's programmed, everything's this and that? So now again, people are starting to lose jobs. People are not making as much money. People are not as in need as much. Because these businesses are, you know, kind of saying, hey, we don't want to have humans that we have to pay. The thing is, when you think about it, guys, I get why businesses do it, but it comes down to like a moral type of thing, I guess, right? When we're saying, when we're doing this, let's think about this, guys. Let's say you are the CEO. You are the CEO of a company, okay? The CEO of the company realizes that you are going to have to pay out all these people every single month. Every single month you pay this guy. Every single month you pay this guy. Every single month you pay this guy, so on and so forth. It just keeps going and going and going. You have to pay all these people that are working underneath you. Now, let's say you invest. You say, you know what? I am going to invest money and we are going to build robot machines. And obviously they don't really look like this, but robot machines to basically do the work that these guys do. Now, the thing is, once this robot machine is complete, guess what? I get to keep all my money. As the CEO, I get to keep more money. And why do I get to keep more money? Because I don't need to pay them out to these people anymore. But now these people start getting pretty pissed off because they say, what the heck? These robots took our jobs. So again, now they're angry. Now again, they're sitting there with, again, pitchforks and saying, okay, we want to be able to get paid. So the thing is, as a CEO, what do you guys do now? As a CEO, you are basically saying, I want to keep more of my money. Who's right here? Guys, I want to ask you guys this question. Who's right here? Is it right for the CEO to keep the money that is his, technically? That he took the risk and started the business? That he made the investment into this automation? Is it his right to be able to say, hey guys, I just don't need you anymore. I apologize, but again, this is my business. Isn't this what I want to do? Or is it right to say, hey, these are my loyal employees who have worked for me, who I understand I supply families for, and I'm able to, again, be able to help these families, every single day. And without me, again, these people might not be able to survive. And these people have been by my side. And again, guys, you can make arguments on both sides. The thing is, these guys want to get paid. This guy wants to keep his money. This guy, again, everyone's getting angry at this guy. This guy doesn't care because he's making more money. It's like, it's a very weird, tough little situation on who's right and who's wrong here. So, morally speaking, if of course you are supplying for businesses, or supplying for families, and you're paying out and helping these families survive, and you've had employees that have been with you for years and rely on you, and you have great relationships with and really show up every day and are great assets to the company, again, you shouldn't I don't think you should say, hey, we don't need you anymore. We're not going to pay you as much anymore. On the contrary, if someone's loyal to your company and grows with your company, guess what? You should pay them more. You should, again, say thank you for contributing, even though if that takes a little bit of money away from your company. I think, again, you should be able to pay your employees and let them know that how much you care about them, how much, again, they're doing, and saying, oh, hey, you're helping this business grow, you're helping this company grow, and because of you, even in your role, you are an asset here. You, again, help us grow. I think that's very important as a CEO. If I was a CEO, that's kind of the mindset that I would have. I would say, again, we definitely want to find a balance, but I wouldn't want to not pay people, especially, again, for them being loyal and supportive and everything that they do. So, I mean, some people might say, nah, Dek, keep the money, it's yours. Some people might say that. Right now, traders, I want to see again what comes on up. We came on down to 567. We have still been downtrending this entire day. Ladies and gentlemen, we have still been technically downtrending this entire day. And we want to see if this comes on up here. Hey, Dek, can I work for you? I feel like you'd be a good CEO. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, ladies and gentlemen, what I will always say is that we always and would love, we haven't really launched it too much, but if you are ever interested in becoming a live streamer over on tradecaster.com, if you're saying, hey, Dek, I want to make my job live streaming my trades, streaming the chat, talking to traders, doing this and doing that, hey, send me an email. So the thing is, guys, if you want to be a person that's live streaming, if you want to be a person that, wants to show up on Tradecaster every single day, and you guys want to be able to live stream your trades and be able to help other traders be successful, send me an email at dekmartrades@gmail.com. And again, we could definitely talk about setting you up with a live stream and getting yourself going. So again, send me an email, talk to me, and we could definitely, again, help you start on off. So is anyone here interested on becoming a live streamer over on Tradecaster, then, that would be absolutely awesome. Also, Dek, can I have a membership to TradeCaster? Guys, little heads on up here. Let me hook you up with a discount right here at this moment. We have the small account challenge coming on up. If you guys, again, I've only done this on our free days. We will do a 10% discount right now for anyone that's watching on TradeCaster that wants to upgrade their membership, or anyone that's watching over on YouTube. The key word today is going to be the word small for the small account challenge. If you go in and you type in the word small over on TradeCaster right now, you will get a 10% discount on, again, on everything. So if you want a semi-annual, instead of $870, it's $783. If, again, you type in small and you want an annual membership, it's not $1,700, it's, again, $1,500. If you go over here and type in small, it's $156 instead of $174. Obviously, again, the bigger the discounts will go as, again, you go on up in price. So the thing is, traders, go on over here, type in the word right now, small, and you will get 10% off if you guys want to upgrade or become a TradeCaster member here. Small for 10% off. So make sure you guys are all set here. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Join the #1 trading team in the world. That's what it's all about. Right now, S&P 500 traders still on this little bit of this downtrend. S&P 500, we came on down to 567. So far, the S&P 500 is almost down 1% on the day. Now, what's good news is, can I ask the chat right here? Did every single person make money on the dip buy? Is every single person in the green on the dip buy today? Is every single person saying, hey, Dek, we nailed the only dip? Can we think about this, guys? We entered at the orange line, right? For the dip buy. We nailed the only dip of the day. We got in at the orange line. We got out on the big upper shadow, right? The only dip buy opportunity so far today, we nailed it. And even though it wasn't massive, $210, starting off with the win, starting in the green, and again, waiting for some more confidence to be able to start getting a little bit of a better opportunity. So, you know, even if it's a little bit small, we should all be in the green right now. Again, absolutely great, absolutely awesome. Now, traders, I want to do a little pop quiz right here. Little pop quiz at this moment, okay? What would be the next high confidence trade? What would be the next high confidence trade here over on the S&P 500? Who can figure it out? And it's not, again, super difficult. You guys should be able to see it here. Go over towards a 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame, I would just say connect some dots. Right? Connect some dots here, traders. Let's make it easy, right? We can all clearly see that on this side of the trend, looks like it's our bullish side. On this side of the trend, seems like this is where we have a lot of our hype. This is where, again, buyers are going to come on in. This is where there's going to be excitement. This is where traders are going to want to be above the trend line, above the VWAP. This side over here is where, again, we still have bearishness. Where, again, everything is downtrending. Everything is looking weaker. We're underneath the trend line. We're underneath the VWAP. We're still seeing some fades. We're still seeing some drops. We're still seeing some ugliness here. So if you're asking right now at this moment, hey, Dek, how can I be trading on this play, right? You got to be going from bullishness to bearishness. So we do have SPY. Best way to trade is follow the trend. Bulls above the trend line and the VWAP. Bears under the trend line and the VWAP. As of now, there is zero reason to be in on calls. Bears are still in full control. So guys, bears are in full control. I'm telling you this right now. Don't do a dip buy yet. Just wait until you get that crossover. Excuse me. Wait until you get the reversal. Wait until you get the drop. Wait until you get weakness. Again, awesome job overall. Awesome work today. I'm just sharing this around right here, making sure every single trader has it. Every single trader is aware of it. Every single trader is good to go. Let's give them something to talk about. Something to talk. Let's give them something to talk about. Traders, let me ask you guys this. Has there anyone who has been on a put contract all day and saying, hey, Dek, I'm just loving life here. All I'm doing is sitting on put contracts. I'm enjoying life. I'm not going to get out of my put contract until we cross over the trend line. Until we cross over the trend line, I see no reason to have any sort of trouble. Until we cross over the trend line, again, I'm just going to sit back on some puts, kick my feet on up, and I'm already on my third margarita, Dek. Dek, I'm already on my third margarita. I'm still on put contracts right now. Again, if you are just sitting on put contracts doing it that way, that's fine. Maybe take it easy on the margaritas at this moment. You know, it's only 10:30 in the morning, but at the same time, let's you guys can understand, you know, where we're at here. Traders, S&P 500 still getting weaker. Man, this thing's dropping. Dek, where is the next possible dip buy and bounce play? Traders, you guys already know this answer. You already know it, right? Our next dip buy and bounce play is not until 565.50. At the price of 565.50, I will look for another dip. I will. If we can go straight on down to 565.50, your boy will be jumping back on in, probably with another $5,000 to $6,000 investment. I will. So that's what I'm looking for. If we can come on down towards here, remember, same exact thing as our last trade. Same exact thing as we're going to look for a dip buy here. We're going to be looking for top resistance here, top resistance here. We'll be all set, ready to rock and roll. Guys, final time. Small account challenge, not this Monday, next Monday. So again, October 14th. And again, it will only be here over on tradecaster.com. So yes, guys, it is not going to be on YouTube. It is not going to be on Twitter. It's not going to be on anywhere else. It's only going to be on tradecaster.com because again, the people that are here, I'm giving the money away to. So the people that are here, I'm giving the money away to. You guys are showing me you're committed. You guys are showing me you're here. You guys are showing me you're showing up. So the thing is, guys, tradecaster.com, the only place to get it. Guys, the SPY right now, we want to see this thing continuously drop, continuously fade, continuously get weaker, continuously, again, just continuously continuous. See the SPY start dropping and fading back on down. Let's see if this weakness keeps on coming on through here. Also, traders, I was doing more research. A lot of people have been asking about this, and this is the first time we're ever going to be doing this. I don't know the exact date. I'm gonna guess that probably like maybe right at the start of the new year. Maybe the start of the new year, guys. First ever prop firm challenge. Dek, you have to pass the test. You get funded with $100,000. Let's see how much money you can make on a prop firm. Basically, what a lot of traders do. Right, traders again saying, oh, Dek, I use a prop firm. I don't have money to trade, so I go through a prop firm. I again apply, I pass the test, I get this. Again, I've never done it. I've never done it ever in my life. So after the small account challenge, we will again look to do a prop firm challenge, which is going to be really fun, really awesome, and I've never done that before, so I'm looking forward to doing that. But I want to grow the small account first. I want to get the account above the PDT rule. Once again, the small account gets above the PDT rule, that's when we'll be all set, ready to go. Traders watching the SPY keep getting weaker. And as I said, there is absolutely zero reason to do calls right now, traders. Absolutely zero reason. Sit back, everyone relax. Everyone just say to yourself, we're good to go. There is no reason to put yourself in any sort of bad play in any sort of reason at all. Everyone just relax right now and let this thing fade on down. Claire! Claire! Get two! Get two! No, not for you. You gotta work. I'm on the stream right now. Claire! Take your AirPods out. 2 margaritas. Salt. Salt's fine. Just get, yeah, salt's fine. Thank you. Thank you. Right now, traders, we are just gonna keep our eyes peeled here. See if these plays are gonna be able to continue to push themselves on up. Lost cigarette. Some people say it's long. All right, guys, let's get ready to go. But I don't. Traders, SPY getting weaker here. 565 is our target area. 565 is our target area. Puts are still good to go all the way on down there. Now, Dek, what if we don't fall down to 565? Then you wait for a break of the downtrend. Break of the downtrend would be, again, an area that would be acceptable to go ahead and pull the trigger. Break of the downtrend is an area that is acceptable for you to be able to get filled over on these plays. DUO getting a little bit weaker here. DUO again had the big drop at the start. Now it's starting to try to spike itself on up. Now again, DUO was a play that we knew had a lot of potential, but this is one of those stocks, of course. You know, DUO up 146% after our alert yesterday. You know what it comes on down to, you know, is that this is a play that obviously has gone on a monster spike. At any time, this play could, you know, easily turn and drop. It just depends, right? You know, it's DUO has room to run up to $5 today if the short squeeze continues, but buying a stock after a 2,000% move is highly risky. We know, again, DUO has already gone from 30 cents to nearly $4. It's having a little bit of a pullback right now, and guess what? Shorters are re-adding on up right here. Shorters are, again, continuously spiking. Shorters are continuously bringing in that hype and momentum. SPY right now, team. Little bit of a pop right here. All right, little heads on up here, guys. I want to talk about this for a moment. There is a member in chat, Pasta Boy. Pasta Boy, you got to give us a little bit more detail here. I know Pasta Boy, he was on ChatGPT, and I think he said every single month he types in ChatGPT, what are the best stocks of October historically? What stocks have been able to pay out in the stock market the most over October? And that's what he's been doing for the last few months. And as you guys can see, like some of these plays that he's been making, some of the money that he has been making has been like pretty wild. 18%, 5%, 4%, 1%, 18%. So again, like Pasta Boy, can you explain it a little bit more? I know you've been doing some things on Python with coding. I know, again, you've been doing things in ChatGPT. I know you've been asking, historically speaking, what are the best plays and getting involved over on those best plays here. So it's like, you know, they're like, so I mean, it's cool that people are actually applying AI. Not as in like AI, you know, trade for me, do whatever you want, ChatGPT, but more again saying, hey, ChatGPT, what stocks performed the best historically in October? Okay, these are the ones that, you know, maybe I want to be looking at. Hey, ChatGPT, if again a strike happens, what stocks could benefit from a strike? Okay, boom, these are some of the stocks that want to, you know, maybe move on up. So I like how, again, shout out to Pasta Boy over in chat, who again isn't just saying what are the stocks that are going to go on up. He's actually using the AI a little bit better. Saying what stocks move on up when there tends to be strikes. What stocks move on up historically over the last 100 years in October. What stocks have a great chance of moving on up during presidential elections. And being able to see the historic data behind that. And that's going to be able to be very solid for us. So let's just, you know, let's head on over to ChatGPT here for a moment and, you know, let's experiment. Right now, again, the S&P 500 is getting a little bit closer towards this. So this is the biggest thing that I think every single person needs to be on top of, guys. Every single person loves, again, you know, or the idea of ChatGPT, right? But it's not going to give us the answers. If I go to ChatGPT right now and I say, what are going to be the best stocks coming up in the future? I mean, it could be anything. But why don't we use this AI, this artificial intelligence, to get historical data? That's what we want to do. So instead of saying, ChatGPT, what's the next big spiker? What's the next big play that's going to turn me into a multimillionaire? Oh, ChatGPT, will I ever find the love of my life? Guys, these are not things we ask ChatGPT. But instead, what we want to do to ask ChatGPT is, what's the best historical data moves in October? What are the plays that are going to move the best during a presidential election? What stocks move the best during a strike? These are things that we want to be looking at here. So let's go with, during a presidential election, what are some of the best sectors or overall stocks to watch that in history have the best returns? Okay, I think this is a good question, right? During a presidential election, what are some of the best sectors or overall stocks to watch in history that have the best returns? Please break down this list in order from highest return stocks to least return during presidential elections. Let's see what we have. So, look at this, traders. Technology, consumer, healthcare, financials. So what we want to be able to see here, guys, is we are not just asking what's the best play in the world. We're saying to ourselves, in order, which ones are going to be the best ones to look for during presidential elections. Technology plays, key stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Google. Reason, often viewed as a growth sector, tech companies tend to thrive with favorable policies promoting innovation and infrastructure investment. Awesome. How cool is that? Right? Let's try this out. Let's go throughout history. Which stocks have performed, right? Have performed the best in October in the stock market. So throughout history, which stocks have performed the best in the stock market? Please break this down in highest performing returns first. Now let's see what we got. Historically, October has been a month with significant volatility. Technology, consumer, financials. So Apple, Microsoft. Okay, I kind of want a little bit better data here than just that, because that's a very similar answer. Okay, we are getting October. It's saying a lot of technology stocks. Let's get a little bit more information then. Let's say with what technology stocks? What technology stocks have moved the best in the final quarter of the market? Please disregard, right? Disregard Apple, right? Let's disregard Apple and Microsoft. So I want to see what other stocks, what technology stocks have moved the best in the final quarter of the stock market. So AKA, this would be quarter 4. Please disregard Apple and Microsoft in your findings. And let's see what we have. Nvidia, Google, Amazon, Tesla, CRM, Adobe, AMD, PayPal, Square, Zoom. Conclusion, these technology stocks have shown potential for strong growth in quarter 4, driven by seasonal trends, earnings reports, and overall market dynamics. So this is where we start getting a little bit of, we can actually use the power of ChatGPT, guys. ChatGPT, let's try another, question. ChatGPT, will I ever not be ugly? Please help me. See, we can't ask him dumb questions like this. It's tough to feel that way. But remember, beauty is subjective. ChatGPT. Why? It's tough to feel that way, but remember, beauty is subjective. Basically, ChatGPT is just giving me a roast right now. Hey, you might be ugly forever, but that depends on who's looking at you. Hey, it's subjective. You might be, maybe someone out there doesn't think you're ugly. Maybe someone out there doesn't think you're ugly. Thank you, ChatGPT. We appreciate you. We love you. So right now, guys, S&P 500. Bob Adams talking about DUO. DUO right here. Again, for that play, you want it to go up to 5. It just comes on down to the pure fact that I would love for DUO to squeeze. It's just it's already up 2,000%. So it comes on down to how much higher is left. Like the thing that you always have to do as an investor is you have to be able to understand and be able to accept the fact that if this falls, you can't blame it. DUO has now gone from 30 cents to now $4 almost, $3.50. DUO was gearing up last night in after hours to squeeze up even harder, right? It was gearing on up to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze to $4. It didn't have that big gap up that I wanted, but right now it is starting to move itself back on up. It's just when a stock is already up this big, you have to be able to just say to yourself, if it falls, you can't be mad at it. You can't blame it, right? S&P 500 traders, great news. S&P 500 is breaking for the first time here today, breaking to the bullish side. Guys, we came on down to a low of 560.61, 566.61. We are again on the bearish to bullish side. DUO is probably the best play today. Not many penny stocks have been moving today. INDO though, not bad. Guys, INDO, simple trend line play. Simple trend line play over on INDO. VWAP is going to be holding up as bottom support. But again, INDO here. This is a play that I definitely want to continue to keep your eyes peeled on. Bounce play, looking to see if that's going to be able to get a bounce. Right now we got a bounce, still watching to see if this is going to bounce back on up over on INDO. The S&P 500 most likely is going to look to build. I mean, the thing is, Dek, could we connect this as, you know, a new, is this still a trend line that's still holding? The thing is, you know, a lot of people are going to adjust trend lines. I had the trend line right here, right? This is what I had the trend line to begin with, right here. This broke. Now some people are going to say, hey, Dek, well, I'm just going to move the trend line up. We're still, again, on a downtrend. We're still bearish. We haven't had a higher low. The most important thing for call contracts to happen next, the most important thing for a call contract to happen is for you guys to be able to build some sort of higher lows now. We want to see the S&P 500 pull back to be able to get its next leg on up. You want to see the S&P 500 to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. Okay, I've been given this analogy lately, is that the S&P 500, if we start seeing it spike, that's great. But we want to be able to see it take a hit. We don't want the S&P 500 to all of a sudden have one step back and collapse again. We want to see that it's actually going to be able to stay strong. So imagine if you're a great fighter, you're a great boxer, you're a great UFC guy, and you beat someone on up and you win 1 fight, and you beat someone on up and you win 2 fights, but you really never get hit. And the moment you get hit, you fall and get knocked out. That's not what we want on the S&P 500. We want the S&P 500 to take a step back, get hit, but then be able to keep going forward, right? We want to see it keep going on up. We want to see how much it can keep, you know, grinding and keep continuously climbing. The S&P 500 with this higher low, that's a great sign showing that there's strength. But if we get hit one time and all of a sudden we drop back on down towards the low of the day, that's not really showing that the stock is holding up very well. So we want to see higher lows. We want to see a step back to be able to know that there's strength going forward. So right now, traders, we want to see what's happening here at this time. Looking to see it. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Sir, saying, Dek, can you give a brief explanation of how funded accounts work? Funded accounts are pretty simple. Number one, you pay a price. What are you paying? Maybe $100, $200, $300. That price is going to get you a fake paper trading account. They are going to track your progress. And if you can grow your fake paper trading account, they will give you real money. So a lot of times they'll be, give me $200 and you are going to pay to take a test. You pass the test, they give you $50,000 of real money. Now, they give you $50,000 of real money. They say if you lose more than $2,000, we take away your account. You have to reapply, pass the test to get the 50K back. If you keep making money, we'll split the money. So the thing is, how funded accounts work is you pay a test, you pay a fee, you are able to pay a test. If you fail the test, you have to pay another fee. You fail the test, you pay another fee. You fail the test, you pay another fee. A lot of people end up failing. So the thing is, these businesses make money from people failing the test. Then, when someone is successful in growing their accounts, guess what? They give them real money, and if they are successful, which the majority of them after passing the test are, they, they split the money. So, it's a win-win for them. They either make money from people failing the test, or they make money because they give money to successful traders, and then they're able to continue to be able to profit. Now, if you pass the test and lose a little bit, lose $2,000 or $3,000, they take away your funds, and then you have to pass the test again. So the thing is basically you have to pay, pass the test, get funded, and win. You got to be a consistent winner. I know a lot of people talk about Apex. A lot of people talk about Trade the Pool. A lot of people talk about Trade Fly. A lot of people talk about, all these different things. Pasta Boy, I didn't read your message here before, so I want to read this. Pasta Boy was the one that's doing this ChatGPT research. He says, Pasta Boy goes, Dek, here's an example of what I'm doing in October. I've been exploring momentum-based investing and asked how to identify the top 10 stocks, the top stocks in the S&P 500 with the strongest overnight performance. Using Python, which is a coding, I calculate the momentum of each stock based on its overnight returns over the past 30 days and the last 200 days. In this process, I gathered historical data for the S&P 500 stocks and calculated the overnight returns. The percentage changed from the previous day closing price to the next day opening price. With Python, I used a rolling average to determine the momentum of each stock for the two time frames, 30 days and 200 days. Through the analysis, I was able to identify the top stocks with the highest momentum in both periods. For example, ALB had the highest momentum across both 30 and 200 days, while stocks like Target and Best Buy also strong momentum in the longer term. Python helped to automate the process of collecting, calculating, and analyzing all this data, making it much easier to identify potential investment opportunities based on momentum. If anyone's interested, I can share more details on the results from this analysis. Sheesh! Sheesh Louise! Oh man. Pasta Boy, guys. Can we show some love? Scroll up in the chat room if you guys missed this. Can you guys show some love over to Pasta Boy on what this man is doing, what this man is creating over here? It's like this guy is coding, this guy's collecting data, this guy's going the extra mile for absolutely everyone. So the thing is, guys, shout out to what you're doing over here. Show some love over on that message. Guys going next level here. Guys, S&P 500, this is what we mean, and we need to see some sort of higher lows soon. We need to see some sort of higher lows to know that we're not just going to jump in and get smoked. We got to see some sort of higher lows to be able to make some money. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. Going to step off the mic here just for a moment, get myself a quick drink of water. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves prepared here. Let's get ourselves going here. I know right now, little heads on up. Giovanni, thank you for sending me the message here. It says, Iran is ready to be able to receive ballistic missile attacks against Israel. So again, some potential war talks. That definitely makes things pretty dangerous as well. You know, obviously whenever there's any sort of talks with war or anything like that, that could definitely lead towards some spooking, some scare, some fear in the market. Traders, take a look at this as well. Guys, the S&P 500, are we building higher lows right now? The answer is no, not yet. We still have not built a higher low at this moment. So while the S&P 500, did have that one little rally on up, we still are waiting for a bounce to show us that we are going to be holding strong. We are waiting for some sort of bounce to show us that we are moving on up. We are waiting for some sort of bounce to show us that, hey, you know what? We can start grinding our way back on up here. As of now, as I've been saying throughout this entire day so far, the S&P 500 is still 100% bearish. To me, when I take a look over on the S&P 500, I still see bearish. I still see a downtrend. Everyone just close your eyes for a second, shake your head back and forth, and then open them up. Don't again be a person like, oh, I see a bullish move there. No, you see the S&P 500 fall all day and been fading and falling and dropping. SPY right here still. Let's see. Could that be holding on up as the bounce? Could that be holding on up as our area? Pasta Boy also posted some results of some of his findings. Saying here, it says ALB, TGT, BBY, KEYS, LUV. These are stocks that have the highest average overnight return over the last 200 days. So again, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the heads on up. Thank you so much for, again, the great detail. Thank you so much for, again, letting us be aware of this. All right, traders. Guys, take a look at the SPY. SPY, we are getting a little bit of a bounce here. Coming up to the corner of the wedge here very soon. Corner of the wedge coming on up over on the S&P 500. We might get a little bit of action here coming up in the near future. Would anyone be interested in looking for dip buys off the corner? Or are you guys saying, hey, Dek, I just don't feel comfortable going on the call side today. I feel like it's better to still stay on the put side. Still seeing, again, maybe just keep riding puts. We have SPY wedge forming. This could lead to the next leg down or the first pop back to the VWAP. So most likely the next, I would say, 10 minutes, we're probably going to see a little bit of action. Probably in the next 10 minutes, we're probably going to see a little bit of volume. And in the next 10 minutes, you're probably going to be able to get your next trade, where you are going to be able to say, hey, corner's starting to form. Corners are starting to form, we usually see some action. Corner starts to form, we usually start seeing a little bit of hype. Corner starts to form, we usually start getting a little bit of activity. And as I already said, guys, welcome to October. We like to call it Stocktober around here. I'm a big fan of October. October's a fun month. I mean, you got the fall weather. You got sweatshirts and hoodies. You got that nice, cool, brisk air where you can wear a t-shirt, but you can also wear a long sleeve. You got the leaves changing up here in the Northeast where I am. It's like the leaves are so beautiful. They're like green and red and yellow and orange and brown and purple and magenta. It's just absolutely insane. Then on top of that, get outside, enjoy it. Go to a little bit of a haunted house, some pumpkin picking, go to a maze, go to a cornfield, ride a horse. You can do so much. You can enjoy some football. It's a good time. And then on top of that, stock market related. It's one of the most volatile months of the year. I mean, take a look already, starting on off with October. We got the market already starting to fade. Market's already starting to drop. Market's already starting to, crack on down here. All right, traders, take a look. S&P 500 is trying to make a little bit of a move here. Is it worth getting involved in? Guys, S&P 500 trying to make a move here. SD Flip, what's up, buddy? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the members here. So far, we made one trade, made $210 on the day. One trade so far, $210, and that was earlier this morning at 9:45, and we held it for 15 minutes. We jumped in at 9:45, we got out at 10 o'clock. I did do a bounce play this morning for anyone who was not here. The bounce play that I jumped in was literally right next to the low of the day, right at this price. And I held it until we had this nice upper shadow, and I got out right here. So I did one call contract today. Call contract at a bounce near the low of the day, and I got out right next to the top of the high of the day at the time. Since then, we have been building on lower lows. We are looking to see if these higher lows are going to be able to help us and be able to keep on growing and be able to get a nice, brand new breakout. But right now, the S&P 500 is getting weaker. The S&P 500 is inside this wedge. The S&P 500 is looking for a little bit of a break. So, SPX right now, if we are going to do calls on this play ever, it would be 5,710 call contracts. Tomorrow's expiration, market orders. Looking to see if this thing could possibly break on out. We have room to fall back on down to 567.60, guys. If you want to look for a dip buy, you can at the price of 567.60 for a quick, more like scalpy type of trade where you're just trying to get in off bottom support. So I do want to see, can we get in on a possible dip buy if this uptrend continues to hold? Now, please understand something. If you get involved on this uptrend and this uptrend starts cracking or starts getting weaker or starts fading on down, do not hold it. Do not be a person that say, okay, well, maybe it'll come back on up or maybe it'll form a new trend line. If this trend line starts cracking, again, we are still 100% on the bear side. We're still 100% on the put side. We're still 100% getting weaker. Guys, I gotta tight this wedges. Now, for anyone who does not know, wedges usually lead to great squeezes. Wedges usually lead to great patterns. Wedges lead to great opportunities, great activity. So the thing is, traders, it doesn't matter if it is a bull flag pattern. Bull flag pattern have wedges, aka like these triangles that lead to squeezes, right? If a bull flag pattern has a wedge, that's great. Where you can see that next leg on up, you see that next rip, you can see that next run when these wedges form, right? That's awesome. But you can also see wedges on like ascending triangle patterns. You see wedges right here where you have, again, a wedge form and then a big time squeeze. You can see a wedge form and a big time squeeze. You guys can see wedges and big time squeezes. Same exact thing right here. Guys, the S&P 500, I do think we are going to get a move coming on up just because we do have a wedge starting to get tighter here. Deck, can we get any other trades here? Guys, what you want to understand is right now, these are the top gainers on the day. MGRX, this is the top gainer on the day. Is there a trade that I'm missing over on MGRX? No. Is there a trade that I'm missing on XXG, a stock that absolutely plummeted? No, these are the top gainers on the day. I'm not missing anything on MGRX. I'm not missing anything on XXG. Deck, what about DUO, the #1 top gainer for the last 3 days? Guys, DUO is starting to get a little bit of hype. We'll keep our eyes peeled on that. All morning, though, it hasn't done anything. It's starting to try to squeeze itself back on up right now. So I would say keep your eyes still peeled on DUO. This was the stock that we talked about the most this morning, saying DUO, potential short squeeze stock spiked over 2,000%. This is a play that has a lot of the hype and momentum. DUO is starting to get some hype and activity behind it. So it's up 2,000% over the last 4 days. It's trying to spike its way back on up. It just got halted once again DUO definitely has potential. Keep it on your back burner. But it's not like there's anything that's going absolute bananas that you're like, Dek, how could you miss this? It's right now, it's still just DUO, S&P 500, and there really has not been anything else in this market. It's been a little bit slow, or it's just been the market's been crashing all day. So DUO, high alert still over on this play. Right now, where's the SPY at right here at this moment? Little heads up. Guys, SPY getting very close inside this little channel here. Getting very tight. Let's see if we can get a move. I would like to see a move out of the S&P 500 to see if we could get a little break. See if the S&P 500 could get a little pop. See if the S&P 500 could get a little momentum. Guys, right now the SPY is right inside this corner. Can we break this corner and get a little bit of a move on up? I mean, look how close we are over on the S&P 500. The S&P 500, we are inside this little corner area right now. We are, again, looking to see, can we get a little bit of a squeeze? Now, that's what I'm always looking for. Every single day I trade, I always look for squeezes, wedges, these setups where I know I can make a lot of money because there's going to be a lot of volatility, a lot of volume. Remember, guys, I do not care what stock I trade. I don't care if it's Tesla or Google or Apple. I don't care if it's some random Chinese play. I don't care if it's some random low float stock. I don't care in any sort of way. What I care about is looking for volatility. As long as the stock is moving, it's my favorite play. As long as the stock has action, because I know I can do calls, I know I can do puts, I know I can buy shares, I know I can short shares. So all I want to do is see volatility. All I want to do is see action. Traders, take a look right now. S&P 500 is starting to crack underneath this channel. S&P 500 at this moment starting to get weaker. S&P 500, the wedge is starting to break and we are starting to get a little bit of a drop. So the thing is, we were looking to see, are we going to squeeze on up here today at all? We have not gotten a squeeze yet. Every single one of these plays has been fading and falling and still getting weaker and still has more room to keep on dropping on down. If you want to, October 2nd, 5,690 on the put side. And again, just let these bad boys just keep on going on down here because it seems like the S&P 500 cracking again that area. There is more weakness, there is more dropping, there is more fading. You guys can see the wedge has cracked. The bearish side is still in full control. And again, buyers may start giving up on this play. We have to see the break of this trend line before anyone even starts getting interested on the call side. Right now, just like I said earlier 10 times today, if you have puts, you have no reason to be concerned in any sort of way. As long as, again, you are on the put side, you do not need to be concerned. The wedge is now starting to crack. The wedge is starting to break. Volatility is starting to move on in. And puts are still, again, in full control. That's all it's been. Puts are in full control here. Let's see again, DUO. Guys, DUO opened on up, came right back on down. I just wanted to see again this play. Bitcoin also crashing a little bit today. Thank you for the heads on up. Bitcoin's also getting a little bit weaker at this moment. I want to take a look over on Bitcoin. Come on over here. Bitcoin. Why am I spelling it out loud? Just again, because I'm feeling good. Bitcoin 62,000, starting to get a little weaker. Again, what would I consider like a Bitcoin crash? Underneath 50,000. Like we start going underneath 50,000, people start panicking over on Bitcoin. We go underneath 50,000, people start getting really scared. It's really nervous on Bitcoin here. I definitely want to get involved in one more trade. Again, I want to get up towards $1,000 plus. That's what I always like to try to do. Lately, I've just been sitting at like $500, $600 a day. $500, $600 a day isn't bad. You know, but at the same time, I definitely want to get myself up a little bit higher. I definitely want to get my gains up a little bit more. This was yesterday's profit. Yesterday's profit, guys, $480. Again, still a great play, still a great profit. Just, you know, I wanted a little bit more. Now, again, at the same note, I will always, you know, take gains over losses. Traders, take a look at the wedge. Take a look at what this wedge just did. Take a look at how this wedge pattern just led to the squeeze. Take a look at how, again, everything has just been weaker and weaker and weaker. Traders, where will you get in on dip buy? We already know that dip buy area is still back on down to 565 if we keep on fading and falling. But look how perfect that wedge squeeze is. SPY, wedge, squeeze, and crack. So it is awesome to be able to realize that, okay, Sean, when we find wedges, when we find, again, these specific prices and we find these specific patterns, you guys are going to be able to be all set, ready to go here. So wedges are awesome. Wedges are great because they could really be able to show you, of course, you know, where momentum's going to move through. Guys, I will look for a dip buy at the 565 area. 565 is so low. 565 is so weak. 565 has been dropping so much that this play could easily continue to feed, right? At 565, that's where I would look for an entry. Let's see if this thing just keeps on going lower. Another new low of the day, guys. We're looking for about another $1.20 drop. And then again, $1.20 drop, then pulling the trigger. So next entry for myself, 565. For anyone that's joining us a little bit late, let me explain it here, okay? So I just want to make it easy. If anyone is joining us late, if anyone says what's going on here, my next trade, my next entry, my next $10,000 investment is going to be happening when the S&P 500 comes on down to 565. Let me show you why. If we go back into a little bit of a larger time frame, let's go back to a 60-minute time frame here. 60-minute time frame is showing us multiple bounces at 565. We could see bounce play right here, right at 565.50. Here's again 565.50. Here's 565.50. We can even keep on scrolling on back. Here's an old 565.50 top. You can see there is massive support right in this region between 565 and 565.50. So if you just follow the black line across the board, we have tons of 565.50 and 565. Right now at this moment, we're at 566.32, 566.27. Let it go back on down to at least 565.50 and then start it with your entries. Go at least back on down towards those marks, and that's where you guys are going to be able to have, I think, more success. So wait for at least another 80 cents, let it fall and fade, and then get involved on some plays. Now, if you get involved at 565, let's do a contract that like we can hold for, I feel like, a few hours. I feel like it would be a great area for a dip buy if you guys can get filled on this play, you know, for a bounce play like for throughout the next like hour, 2 hours or so. So maybe again, go back like 2 days, 3 days or so. But 565 is my next entry. I'd probably do an October 3rd contract, put myself pretty out of the money, and probably hold it for like 2 hours. I'd probably hold again a 565 dip buy, as long as it holds above 565 for again a few hours. If it goes underneath 565, then guess what? I would get out. But the thing is, you know, that's going to be a dip buy area that I definitely want to be able to, you know, get involved in. Hello. Hello. So traders, let's see if this thing can just keep on falling. 5,000, I would go 5,700. Yeah, that's a good entry. Call contracts, market orders. See how much lower this thing could possibly fade on down to here. Let's see if we can keep on going lower. Let it just keep on going lower, baby. Nothing wrong with this thing to fade. We can get, again, good dip buys and good low entries all the way down in the 565s. Traders, we just need to see a couple big red candles. Let's get a big red candle sell-off. Just be prepared as always. I always like to have my orders typed out. October 3rd, 5,700, SPX, call side, market order, be all set with one contract, being ready to pull the trigger if I need to get in right away. right? That's what I want to do. I want to have, again, order set. I want to make sure I'm prepared. Let's say all of a sudden we see a big red candle, we see a big lower shadow, we see again a big sell-off that pops right back on up. We want to make sure that we were ready for it. So if it says, if my job description is being ready, typing out an order, if my job description is obviously watching the S&P 500 and just being set in case we do get that big time pullback and that big time drop, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss out on these plays, right? Give yourself a chance. So just be prepared. It's so simple. Just have orders typed out. So many times people don't type out their orders beforehand. A big time dump happens and they're scrambling around. They miss out on the entire trade. And I say, why'd you miss out on the trade? They say, oh, I wasn't quick enough. Well, what were you doing for the past 3 hours? Oh, I don't know. I was like going on my Facebook and I was looking at my profile picture. You know, I got a lot of likes. And it's like, okay, you know, like, let's just have an order already typed out and prepared. We're about to hit a brand new low of the day coming on up here. Going down to the 565s is like an incredible opportunity. Guys, so far the S&P 500 is currently down 1.3% at this time. The S&P 500 is down $7.42. The S&P 500, we might cross down towards $8 dumping territory. That's what we want. We want to see $8 dumping territory, a 1.4% drop on the day. We start getting in at bottoms. That's what we want, guys. Getting in their bottom areas. Almost a brand new low here. 2 cents away. 2 cents away from a brand new low. Little bounce here again. Another little bounce. I want to see this thing 565s. 565s, guys, I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to just walk away for like 2 hours. Like, I think it's going to be, that's a great way to be able to trade. And you might say, well, Dek, that seems a little risky. Obviously, have a stop loss. Obviously, again, be aware that if you're down $200 or $300 and you see that it's still going lower and lower and lower, be willing to get out, right? Be willing to get out. But after having an $8 drop, a 1.4% crash in the market, to see again the S&P 500 come on down towards again those areas that we talked about, how beautiful this black line is, where we had a bounce play right here, and we had old tops right here, an old top right here, and an old top right here, right? And we can keep going farther and farther and farther, and we could see that we do have an old top at this area, and we can keep going farther and farther and farther. I think again the perfect bounce today is going to be somewhere between 565.50 towards 565. So again, load up on your contracts at 565.50. 565.25, 565, and maybe even some 564.90s, right? So that's the perfect case scenario for me today. I'm also going to go a farther out expiration, not same day expiration, not tomorrow's expiration. I'm going to go October 3rd, going slightly out of the money, 5,700 over on SPX. So they're a little bit cheaper. And then on top of that, guys, I'm going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 contracts, probably about a $10,000 investment. And, you know, going to look to hold this for like 1 to 2 hours. But I just wanted to explain my entire game plan to you guys so there's no confusion. It's 11:15 right now. I've talked about my game plan for like the last 50 minutes here. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns on what I am personally looking for on this day? Is there any questions, comments, or concerns on anything that you guys need that you are confused about in any sort of way? Please let me know. I'm happy to help you guys on out right now. If there's any confusion, any questions, anything that you guys need. Also, if you guys are over on YouTube right now, and you guys saying, Dek, I want to sign up to the small account challenge, come on over to Tradecaster right now, type in the word small, and you will get 10% off. So come on over, type in the word small, and every single membership will give you 10% off when you go to the promo code, type in small, and you will be all set, ready to rock and roll. So small promo code for 10% off, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. What call option should I do for the SPY? If I were you doing a SPY, I would probably say 568. It depends on how long you want to hold, but if you're getting entries at 565, you would want to do a call contracts at 567, or if again you're a little bit lighter on funds, go to 568. We also again give yourself 2 to 3 days to be able to allow yourself to be able to not have time to kill your account. Joe, if you have a question, how do you get so damn good looking? Part of it's being born like it. Part of it is eating right. Part of it is, again, surrounding yourself with success. Sometimes, again, just standing outside, getting yourself going, wearing nice clothes, right? I actually don't wear nice clothes or anything like that. I kind of just wear like a plain t-shirt every day, wear some gym shorts, kind of look like Adam Sandler when I walk around. You know what I mean? I don't even own a watch. Not one. People are always like, "Oh, Dek, what's your watch collection look like? What do you look like? How's your watch collection?" God, I'll be honest, I don't own one watch. Maybe I got to get into it. Am I missing out on something? Am I missing out on like the fun and the joy of watch collections? I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind to it and I should start. But I feel like, and I mean, okay, I'm going to say something here, guys. For me, if someone spends $200,000 on a watch or something crazy like that, right? I get it. It's to show your wealth. It's to show your success. It shows even like a $50,000 watch. It shows, wow, that guy's wearing $50,000 like on his wrist. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty nuts. But at the same time, I feel like for someone who's not a watch guy, it's hard to know what is the expensive watches and hard to know what's not the expensive watches. Like if I spent $50,000 for a Toyota Camry and then I spend $200,000 on a Lamborghini, right? You can clearly see what's going on there. And also I have a lot more fun in a fast car. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not educated enough on it. Number two, I don't know if it's worth it. And number three is I feel like, again, when you wear a super, super expensive watch, you kind of come off as just more of like a dick. And I don't want to be that. All right, so now I might be pushing some buttons here, guys. Now, same exact thing if you would say, well, Dek, if you have a fancy car, that makes you look like a jerk too. Oh, you have a fancy car, you're flashing it. I get it. You're 100% correct. I think it comes on down to the passion of the person. Someone might have a Lamborghini because they enjoy it. They say, this is just fun. This is cool. This is fun. And if you have a very expensive watch and you say, it's cool, it's fun, I feel great when I wear it, then that's the power to you. That's the person that should be wearing it. But if you have a Lamborghini just to sit in, stand outside a college and be like, oh, hey, look at what I got, right? It's like, that's kind of weird. Same exact thing if all of a sudden you have a $200,000 watch and you're just like, yeah, I have this, you don't, haha. Then yeah, it depends on the person. If you got passion for it, if you love it, if you actually love it, like that, then there's like two things. I don't know. Maybe I got to get into it. Right now, S&P 500. I'm going to look into it today, guys. I'm going to look into it today. I'm going to buy a watch. Trevor, I'll hit you up, bud. I'll hit you up. If I get a watch, I know where I'm going. I'm buying a watch, guys. We're going to make it happen. Right now, the S&P 500, man, we came on down to 566. Traders, we all know my game plan. Guys, I'll say it one more time. It comes down to 565.50, 565.40. I'm putting in one contract. Comes on down to 565. I'm putting in another contract. I'm going to do about a $10,000 investment. I'm going to hold this play all the way until the rest of the day, most likely, as long as we hold above 565. If we crashed underneath 565, I'm going to be getting out because I just want to keep my profits, or keep my loss nice and tight. So I will say that again. We come on down to 565, Dek has entered. 565.50 is one contract. 565 on the dot is my second contract. $10,000 investment total, 3-day out expiration, 5,700 strike price. Going to look to be able to ride it up into the afternoon if we can get it. Dek, what if we don't get that bounce, or what if we don't get a drop down towards 565? If you don't get a drop down to 565 and you start moving yourself on up, you are most likely going to still be watching for the break of this downtrend. Break of this downtrend, we could definitely start seeing some volume. We could definitely start seeing some momentum. We could definitely start seeing some action when we break this trend line. When you break this trend line, you would still go into that bullish side where you are going from that bearish side to that bullish side. And then you could start saying to yourself, hey, you know what? All right, hey, we might be able to get a possible entry here towards the call side. So, guys, little heads on up coming up here. Are we actually going to get this break where we could just do another quick little scalp? you know, it's a little nerve-wracking because we have not come down to 565 yet. So if you're looking for this breakout, just take another $200 when you have it and be a happy camper. Take $200 when you have it and say, hey, Dek, I'm good with that. I just made another $200. We have been rejected at this downtrend. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th time. 6th time we're coming up towards this downtrend area. Are we going to break it? Are we going to pop it? Are we going to squeeze it? Are we going to move it? We want to see here. Still watching this, still waiting. Let's see if this can pop. Dek, here you go. Richard Millie. Richard Millie. Menu. I don't even know what this means. Severe Fia. Collections. An RM88 smiley face. How much is it? Where are the prices on this thing? RM8 smiley face. How much is this going to be? Oh my goodness. This contract's this thing is $1.2 million. Guys, I don't want to be a guy right now. But am I crazy thinking like, I feel like this is like an NFT thing. I feel like I'm being scammed by an NFT. Oh yeah, buy my NFT of a gorilla. Buy my bored monkey for, again, $1 million. Oh yeah, buy my watch because it has a big smiley face in it for $1.2 million. Jeez Louise. What the heck are these people doing over here? Like, if you walked past me with this on your wrist, I would say you got that from your grandma for like 25 cents. If you walked past me with this, not only would I say I don't like that watch, I would say you would have to pay me $5 to wear it. What the heck? Traders, let's see if this thing gets a little bit of a break here. Let's see if, again, guys, let's see if we can get a little bit of a pop. Can we get our pop for the first time? Get a little bit of that break for that first time. See if we start getting a little bit of momentum. And now we got top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. Can this thing be able to squeeze and pop here? I just want to get like one more trade for a squeeze and pop. Go to the bullish side. Make our life easy, right? Make our life easy. Bearishness to bullishness. See if we can get a little bit of a pop and keep on going. Also, I don't want to force though. We are getting closer towards around that 11:30 mark. 2,000 guys. We're right at that, right at that area for that possible squeeze and pop. Take a look right now. We are testing that area. See that squeeze and pop here? That's trying to get some volume. Notice bearishness to bullishness. Will it be able to hold? Will this be able to hold bearishness to bullishness for the first time? You guys can see exactly what's going on here, right? When we cross over from bearishness to bullishness, buying volume is going to try to move in, but we need to hold above this purple line. If this goes right back underneath this area, it's not good. If you want to look for a possible entry, this is the best entry that you can get. The best entry you can get is slightly above this purple line because we have all this room to go in case we do squeeze. But if this play again starts cracking, fading, and falling, you can have a stop loss right around that 567 mark. So right here, traders, it does seem like we are starting to squeeze. I'm going to give it one contract here. One contract, see if it can move on up. Let me try to make a quick $150 to $200 on a pop. Now, why would I say a pop right here? Is because we are breaking this trend line for the first time here. First time break. Let me go ahead and try to make a quick $200. We are starting to rip. We're going from bearishness to bullishness. And let's just see if we can keep on going. Guys, I'm up 150 right now. $155. $155 at this moment, guys. 115, 120. Can we just keep on squeezing? Now, Dek, why are we squeezing? Where is this buying volume coming from? It's been the first time we're going from bearishness to bullishness. And going from bearishness to bullishness, traders just get excited. Hey, guys, it's the first time we're going from the bearish side to the bullish side on the day. Oh, man, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, traders are saying we can keep going up even higher. Oh, wow, again, this is going to lead towards the breakout of the day. So just being able to see this little volume, just being able to see this little activity, just being able to see this little action gets people excited about, again, switching over on that momentum. So right now, guys, I'm having some trouble breaking $150, it seems like. I'm going to give this a few more seconds. There it goes. There's again $200, $165. There we go, guys. Now we're up again $215, $200, and there's a 10% return in the matter of 5 minutes. So, guys, I just made $400 on the day. Now, traders, all I did was invest $2,000 there. I invested $2,000 to make $190. So I was able to make about a 9% return on investment. In how long? We take a look over on this trade. I got in at the time of, again, 11:27 and 51 seconds. Let's round that up to 11:28. And this is 11:29 and 5 seconds. It took me a total of 72 seconds to be able to make $200. Not a bad gig, is it? Not a bad way to trade. Did anyone else just jump in on calls with me? Did anyone else jump in on the bull side with me? Did everyone else just make a free $100, $200, $500? I'm up $400 on the day today. Up $400 today. What have I done? I just watched. We went from bearish to bullishness. I pulled the trigger. We just watched. We saw it was bearish all day. The moment it crosses over towards the other side, we can feel confident that we know that we're going to get some sort of spike. Traders, if you are just patient and you just watch these trend lines, you are win. Dek, I didn't believe you when you said you had an 80% win rate, but now I can see the light, baby. I can see what you're saying. If you wait for, again, clean, cut, easy setups, you are going to be able to get clean, cut, easy profits. Do you know where you get nervous? You get nervous or you're saying to yourself, oh man, I didn't jump in yet. Should I jump in right? My fantasy football team sucks. You know, it's like you want to make sure that you are just understanding we're not doing anything complicated here, right? We are just locking in those gains when we got them. Adding it on up, making those profits, $400, happy camper right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, two small trades right here. If you're saying, Dek, why didn't I go bigger on this trade? Just because the stock has been fading all day today. It has been falling all day today. It has been dropping all day today. So I wanted to be a little hesitant on going on the bull side on a big fading day. And then also on top of that, I do like doing trades with only $2,000 because it lets you guys realize, hey, look how much money you can make. You have $2,000. You could be able to do the same exact trade that I just did. You could do the same exact trade that I just got myself involved in. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to start seeing what's possible. I want you guys to see what's happening. I want you guys to get fired up now for the small account challenge. I want you guys to get absolutely pumped for what's coming up in the future. I want you guys ready to rock and roll for, again, how exciting this future is going to be with these trades, with this action, with this activity, with, again, everything we're bringing to the house here. It is going to be live on tradecaster.com. We are going to be live on YouTube a lot over the next few days because we want to make sure you're getting prepared, you're making money, and you're able to sign up to the small account challenge. My goal is to make sure every single person signs up to the small account challenge. You're making money during the small account challenge, and then we give you money for the small account challenge. Traders, let's keep this party going. I am going to wrap up my morning here, though, and just walk away with a nice, smooth $400 in profit. Consistently making those gains. Consistently making these profits. That was a fake order. Okay, you guys saw that for a second? That was a misprint. There was some misprint right there that all of a sudden it was up to 574. You guys saw that? That was really weird. Not happening. Traders, I'm here all day. If you need anything at all, please let me know. Come on over to tradecaster.com, the #1 trading community in the world. And other than that, though, traders, enjoy your lunch hours. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your profits. I will be back on the mic at 2 o'clock on tradecaster.com. I will be jumping back on the mic after AK just because I want to keep some more trades going. Hey, $200 here, $200 there, and $200 this afternoon. Let's make $600 total on the day. Rack it up, baby. Rack it up. That's what we're doing here. Keep the fun going. Keep the party going. You guys know the drill. In 3, 2, 1. Ah! Woo! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What a day. I'll see you guys later on. Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
First niggas gotta find me.
$700.
$150,000 to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
$1,000.
Y'all know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock it on up.
too when I look at you like this shit crazy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here. Ball so hard since we
1,400.
here. It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million year?
You should be asking how to be successful.
Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.